You see the brawl at McDonald's in Costa Rica where a single man KO'd 9 dudes? Whoa, what? What are his hands made out of? Bricks? So here's the Dexerto article on it. Oh wait, this isn't the same one. This is Canada. Wait, is the other source wrong? Because how many brawls broke out over Pokemon cards at McDonald's?
McDonald's Canada shouldn't treat customers like this. He says he has no books or Pokemon cards left in stock. There's a whole rack of them. He gives me a donkey 2 times in a row. McDonald's, I want to press charges on McDonald's.
Wait. What is he pressing charges for? This is discrimination. You're discriminating against Redditors here by not giving me these Pokemon cards. What is the charge? I don't understand what he'd even go for.
No, I'm not being worse than a sick child. I want
yes, you are.
Put it online. Put it online. I'm being targeted.
Oh, I will if you want.
Being targeted?
I wasn't going to, but I will.
Put it online. I'll continue because Truro, Nova Scotia, Canada, McDonald's, and say they don't have a book or Pokemon cards in the building.
Brother. It's just some McDonald's Pokemon cards, man. He's so heated. And he's saying it all like so stern.
Cell phone.
Yeah, you can scan it. You can go online. You can.
I'm making a scene because you're being that. Yes, sir, you are.
This is the weirdest argument ever. Now he's speaking like he's speaking like he's talking to a child. You're being bad. They haven't done anything wrong. They don't have any Pokemon cards for him. Just go to another McDonald's, please.
Excuse you. Exactly. I'm dealing with this manager here. Maybe he can get.
This can't be real.
Honey, back up.
I'll press charges, dude.
Oh no, not the charges again.
Okay, then do it, bro. I'm saying do it. You said you do it.
I'll never understand why people that look like this guy, who I know has never been in a physical confrontation in his life, feels so confident to challenge someone else to punch them. That's never going to end well. Like, that's just the worst bluff to make. Anyone can sniff out that you're not exactly a fighter. So why even try and, like, shake that hornet's nest? Just because they want to sue? Maybe, I guess. He does keep threatening lawsuits. Maybe that is, like, the overarching plan. But still, it doesn't seem worth it. Try to get hit so he has evidence, the classic. I guess, yeah. I feel like there has to be extenuating circumstances, right? Like, I'm not an attorney, but let's say I was representing this guy, assuming he gets in there and feeds him a knuckle sandwich. I feel like I could make an argument like he literally asked me to do it. I was fulfilling a request. He told me. He said he wanted me to. What am I supposed to do? To decline? I'm a nice guy. It's better to give than to receive. So I gave him the gift of a knuckle sandwich. He asked for it. There has to be a way, right? Like, you are literally telling him to. Yeah, he's a consenting adult.
You're fucking worst nightmare.
Yeah, right. Meet you outside, bitch.
All right, let's go.
I'll meet you.
Let's find out.
No.
Look at you. How big are your ankles? Size small?
I'm like a
What?
buddy.
I'll bite your nose off, bitch. Hunt! Hunt! Hunt!
This can't be real.
Hunt! Hunt! Hunt!
This cannot be real.
Do it! Do it! On camera!
Okay, this can't. Well, no, wait. That was certainly a punch. And I don't think that they're talented enough actors to sell something like that. That made full contact. How can someone end up like this over Pokemon cards? And then he's insulting the guy's ankles? How does this happen? What went wrong? This is very anti-Canadian. I'm sorry, Canadians out here have to see that this happened on your soil. I'm so sorry. What are your ankles, a size small? It's such an interesting insult. It's not even fighting words. I'd just be confused. Nobody insults my ankles but me. Put 'em up, Buster. I've come so far, I've got to see who wins this. God, it's like they're throwing punches in a dream. It's turned into aggressive hugging.
We can.
You had enough yet? Huh? Say uncle. I got the squeeze on you now. I'm gonna beat my Pokemon cards out of you like it's a Mario coin block. The fight. Oh no! He threw the hat. Come on, have some respect. This is so fucking fucking weird. This is so weird. Like, even the fight is confusing to me. Not that I'd necessarily be good in a fight either, but I'd like to think if I got into a scuffle, it wouldn't look like this. I'd be mad about the Pokemon cards, and I'm even more mad that I'd fight like this. Like, the whole thing would just make me so upset. Some wrestling. Yeah, some good old-fashioned wrestling.
Go with me or you're done. You hit me, and I will fucking hurt you. I'm ready to bite you.
Oh, not happy Pikachu during all of this. Come on, guys.
Camera, you hit me.
Oh, no, not a round two, please.
Look at that.
Please.
Now I can
Not again. It's enough.
Now I can fight. Come on.
Team Rocket wins again. Please, no.
You hit me.
At least turn the camera, please.
Come on. No, call the cops.
Oh, he's got the chair.
Call the cops.
He's got the steel chair.
You want to go?
Hello?
Oh, God, now he's got the chair too. Fuck.
You got one, I got one. You attacked me.
Can you say something?
You punched me.
Can we go out the back door?
Super unrelated, but he keeps saying that, and every time he does, it reminds me of that iconic scene from Knock Knock with Keanu Reeves, where he's talking to the two girls that tied him to the chair, and he keeps going, I didn't fuck you, you fucked me! You fucked me! You came into my house and you sucked my dick! You fucked me! It has that same energy.
Give me back my
I
fucking
just
bag.
wanted food. I just wanted food. That's all.
You wanted food and you got so much more. I'd be pumping my fist like, thank you. I don't know why she's upset. I mean, that was a great show. And now you get his Pokemon cards. Do you think he actually bit him? Yes. Oh yeah, I do for sure. Bro, they didn't use any rage arts. Yeah. They didn't use any meter, unfortunately, no supers either. Bro was fighting over a Happy Meal toy. He was fighting over Pokemon cards, man. Show some respect. Airplane freakouts are always extreme. They are just downright diabolical. There's something about air travel that can just bring the demon out of some people. And there's even a term for it called airplane psychosis, where sometimes someone will just have an acute psychic. They just start reading people's mind like Charles Xavier when they get on a plane. They will have an acute psychotic break where like the stress or anxiety of flying will have them just kind of have this switch flipped where they just kind of go berserk.
Stay there.
Don't
Let me
touch
show-
people.
Touch her. No.
Don't touch
No, this
people.
is where her asshole is.
Do not touch her.
Look at her. Shut
touch
the
her.
fuck up. Don't fucking touch me.
Step back.
Let go.
There's a lot to unpack here. Obviously, we're tuning in a bit late into the season premiere. They apparently were arguing because this lady was like insulting her, and then it eventually had her like leaning over, and then she said this is where her asshole is, which is, I mean, that's playing a game of where's Waldo with the old brown balloon knot. Who doesn't love that old pastime? A little weird to be doing that to a stranger on a plane, though. It seemed like she was trying to film something with her phone when she said that, and then the lady that she was insulting like hit her phone away, which then led to her grabbing her hair and just yanking on it.
Não encosta nela. Tira a mão.
No.
Let go of her hair.
You cannot do that.
Let go, miss. Let go of her hair. Tira a mão. I'm not.
Andrea.
I'm not even touching your hair, bitch.
Andrea, we need the police right now.
You need to let go
We
right
need
now.
those 911.
So I'm a little torn on if this is actual airplane psychosis or if she's on something here, because she's not even in the same dimension. She's now saying she's not even touching her hair, even though she has a fistful of those fucking follicles right now. She is yanking on that hair like she's trying to climb rope with it like Rapunzel. Yet she's saying she's not. Maybe she is lucid and just, I don't know, just spitting a bunch of barnacles out there. But as this progresses, you're going to see that she is just in wacko mode right now, going full-blown, uncaged, unhinged, insano style.
You need to let go.
911 back.
You need to let go right now.
Miss, let go of her hair right now.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't want to
let
sit
go of
next
her
to a
hair.
fucking fat lady.
Let go
Let
of
go
her
of
hair.
her. You need to let go of her hair right
Let
now.
go of her hair.
You guys are already past
Let
the point
go
of no
of her
return. You're already past the
Let
point
go
of no
of her
return.
hair.
Let go of her hair, miss.
Y'all see me. You know what's going on.
Now, it's hard to figure out exactly what started all of this. You kind of have to piece together the little breadcrumbs of lore like it's the Dark Souls narrative. But we have alternate angles here to try and piece together the mystery of what started all of this. And judging from this other angle, it seems like nothing started this. She is actually off her gourd. And the lady that she just keeps calling fat over and over again didn't do anything at all to provoke this. She just happened to be nearby in this woman's aggro range and was the recipient of her wrath.
This is worth $250 to you? Look at this. Look at this. $250? I'm sorry. There's like, I'm like not touching this girl's ass. I'm sorry, I don't care. Are you okay?
We need to get the police down here right away. She just struck off.
So the no flight list is about to add another person. That's crazy. Oh my god.
Anyone can see this. Fuck it.
This was the prologue here before she grabbed the woman's hair. She's just yapping about $250 about something. It's incomprehensible gobbledygook. But anyway, let's go back to people trying to like restrain her and stop her from yanking on this woman's hair.
This is retarded. Yeah, put me on the ground. Put me on the ground. Alright. Look at this fat lady. Look at this fat ass bitch. She can't even, look, you can't even see her stomach. It's horrible. Look at her outfit. Look at this fat ass bitch. Hilarious. You can't even show your mouth because you're embarrassed. You can't even see it because you're embarrassed. Shut the fuck up.
Who is Alana?
Sorry, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, ugly ass fucking dude who's never gonna lay it again.
She actually looks possessed. She looks like the horror movie poster to a film about an exorcism. She looks like she's trying to do an Amy Lee cosplay from Evanescence, but she got too hard into Fint on the way. She's just leaning over, insulting these two people who have done nothing wrong from what I can tell from the two videos here that showcase this event and everything kind of leading up to it. She's just over here insulting them while getting restrained, and spoiler alert, she's about to make it physical. She doesn't just stop at just insulting them and all that. She then starts like actually attacking the woman.
Okay, I'm sorry, black guy. My boyfriend's black, so shut the fuck up. My boyfriend's fucking a black guy. My boyfriend's a black. My boyfriend's black. My boyfriend's a fucking black guy.
I really thought she was about to put on a Burger King crown. I thought the old Burger King plain guy was about to find his Burger Queen here.
You're joking.
Oh my god.
We're not doing all that. We're not doing Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I am in awe at the restraint of that woman who's getting spit on to not, like, pop that lady in the nose. Not to just lay down the meanest fucking haymaker on that woman. That's assault. It is textbook assault. She is hawking loogies on this woman, spitting like an alpaca here. I cannot believe that she had the restraint to not hit her. I really don't know how she was able to do that. She must be some kind of saint or something, like the Zen master, able to like fight that urge to just blast her in the fucking face. That was an actual Vinland Saga Season 2 moment. I have no enemies. I actually cannot believe it. And it only gets worse though. Like, she doesn't stop at just spitting. As I said, she gets like really physical.
Ugly ass bitch, you're so fucking ugly.
You guys, I need
You
you guys
never
to-
got laid in your life. Your boyfriend's dick is like 2 inches big. That's embarrassing. I'm so sorry about your boyfriend. That's horrible. That's horrible. I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
So she blue screens there for a moment, claiming she can't breathe and like pretends to faint so that way she can get to the ground, which frees her from everyone's grasp. But don't be fooled, it's all just a ruse. What she's doing is she's entering low power mode so she can charge her ult more effectively. You're about to see it unleashed.
Okay. Let me go, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Shut the fuck up, I can't breathe. Fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you. Nobody's fucking touching me, fuck you. You're not letting me go, motherfucker. You're corny as fuck. You get out. Nobody's letting me go.
I can get out.
Yeah, you shouldn't get out. You're fucking fat as shit. You disgusting fat as.
She wormed her way up a little bit so she could get a better angle to start kicking that woman that she's been insulting this whole time. And she throws like a flurry of kicks. She like unleashes some like capoeira maneuvers from down there. Also, I just have to mention, whoever is filming this, what an extraordinary job. They followed the action from start to finish and kept the villain in the center of it the entire time. There was like not a single moment that they didn't have like the perfect angle to capture this, and there was no shaky cam. I don't know if they were using a gimbal, like they had a fucking Ronin with them to film this, but it was unbelievable work. It was so smooth. You don't see movies with camera work this smooth sometimes. So, really impressive job from whoever filmed this.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fat ass pig! Fuck you! You're so beautiful! You're stunning! Shut the fuck up! Can anybody do something, please? Get the fuck up!
Hold on, we're late.
No. Yeah, okay, then you know, they need to call the life. I'm gonna sit around this way. Okay, I'm sorry. My boyfriend is black. You need to chill for now. No, you don't need to. Down right now? No, my boyfriend's black. You need to chill for now. Reception.
The woman who was getting kicked finally finds a way of getting out of there and like escaping, like evacuating this area with the fucking menace on the loose here. And I don't know what happened at the end there, but she just keeps repeating that her boyfriend is black, and then it sounds like she's starting to cry. And then immediately she snaps back into fucking demon time after repeating that for like the 4th time, and then starts just kicking and screaming again.
My boyfriend is black.
Alright, I can do that.
No, you need to fucking chill the fuck out. Fuck you! Fuck you! Leave me the fuck alone!
The way she snaps back and forth from like being on the verge of tears to then going right back into kicking everyone and screaming, it feels like a psychotic episode here. I think it's probably airplane psychosis, maybe coupled with like alcohol, like maybe she's fucking sloshed, I don't know, but this seems like a case of airplane psychosis, which is a very real thing and a very confusing phenomenon. Now, the video ends shortly after here with her still doing that while handcuffed on the floor, but alternate angle, someone captured footage of how they got her off the plane, and it's like something out of Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, wow.
They got her strapped down to the bed and escorted by like 6 officers there going through the airport. Fucking brutal, man. Like this freakout was unreal. Probably earned her a spot on the no-fly list, I would imagine. I don't think Southwest is going to be all that excited to have her fly on their aircrafts going forward. But, wow. I would comfortably say this is one of the craziest airplane freakouts I've ever seen. At least in the top 3, I would imagine. I feel really bad for that lady and I believe her boyfriend. She kept saying it was her boyfriend, but I have no idea if that's true or not. It could have just been 2 people sitting there. I feel really bad for both of them to be on the receiving end of so much vitriol for absolutely fucking nothing from someone just going nuts. Anyway, wishing them well. That's really about it. So yeah. What do you know about Gary Peacock? Part-time biker, full-time clown. I have been giggling hard at the special silliness of Gary Peacock. So I just stumbled across this saga of Gary versus Pierce. So what happened is, Gary Peacock is a cyclist, and he's chugging along down the road, getting some cardio in, and a young man named Pierce is going to a skate park, and he passes Gary. But it was a little too close for comfort in Gary's mind. So he was enraged. Gary did what any sane man would do. He hunted him down. He stayed on his ass like a hound dog. He smelt blood in the water, so he started really kicking it into turbo and went following Pierce, and eventually when Pierce parked, Gary came up to the window, got really aggressive with him, started berating him, even yanked on his door a lot. It was like the fucking scene out of Jurassic Park with the T-Rex. And it leads to Gary calling the police. And things don't go the way Gary thought they would when the police arrive at the scene, I'll tell you that much. I don't want to spoil anything.
Yes, sir?
Did you see me?
pulled off to the side, I did. I have it on dash cam.
Good. You see how close you came to me? You know what the law is?
I did not.
It's 3 feet, asshole.
I was.
No, you weren't.
Say it. Don't spray it, Gary. Man is so upset. He is spitting like an alpaca here. Every word that he gets out is like, he's like ventured to rock bottom from SpongeBob. Did you see me? Asshole? Man's blowing raspberries with his speech.
Okay.
You want to check your dash cam? Go
Yeah,
ahead and
I have
check
a
it.
dash cam.
Check it. What's your name? Last name.
You don't need that.
What's your last name?
You don't need my last name. I don't
got
need
your
an
license
ID.
plate.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm gonna call the police then.
Why? I have it on dash cam. You're
Fine.
weird.
This was a dangerous move from Pierce here to call the Gary Peacock weird. The enforcer of justice. The man whom even the Lord is a little afraid of. So, Gary Peacock is puffing out his chest here. He is literally peacocking here, trying to fucking flex his meat out here, demanding that this guy identify himself to Gary as if he has any ground to stand on there. Nothing happened. If you boil down this situation, it is literally a nothing burger. You're fighting ghosts. You're having a fantasy in your head that's making you upset. You're right to get mad if he was too close. You could shake your fist, be like, oh, pay more attention. That was scary. But at the end of the day, you wipe the sweat from your brow saying, whew, close call. At least I didn't get hit. Then you pull up your big boy britches and you move on like a grown-up. The only thing that can come from this level of road rage, this outrageous level of anger where it has you going out of your way to hunt down the person to confront them directly, is either you get your ass beat or worse, or it escalates the situation to a degree where you can't come back from it and you end up making a fool of yourself, calling the cops, and getting yourself in trouble. There is no good outcomes from road rage like this, and it's a lesson Gary learns the hard way.
Fine.
I'm gonna go skate.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. You're not. You're not going anywhere until the police come.
Dude, stop.
No, you're a fucking...
Dude, literally stop.
No, I'm calling the police and you're not leaving. You're not leaving. You're not leaving.
Bro's got his fucking hands on me and stuff.
Yeah, guy
Why?
won't leave because of the police.
Look at this dude.
I still can't get over how perfect Gary looks for this role. Like, he looks like someone that you would envision, like picture in your head, if you were told that a cyclist was freaking out over nothing at a skate park. Like, he looks like if you tried to draw some kind of quintessential creepy PE coach. So Gary's taking matters into his own hands now, ripping at the guy's door, trying to prevent him from leaving, putting his hands on him to stop him from moving. All because Gary believes that he was going to flee the scene like it was fucking Need for Speed. He was just going to burn rubber and get out of there for fear of the repercussions that Gary could bring, the unholy hellfire that he would rain down. Even though dude wasn't even trying to leave, he was trying to skate. You know, the activity he came there to do. So he wasn't even leaving the scene. Not that there's even a scene here in the first place, just the scene that Gary's making with the conniption that he's having. He was going 10 feet away to skate, which is what he planned to do, man. He wasn't running away.
What are you doing? Why are you so cranky?
I'm calling the police. That's
Dude, why are you so cranky?
No, you're not going anywhere.
Oh my god.
You're not going anywhere.
I don't want to be aggressive with you, dude.
You already are. You pushed into me. I asked you to wait. You didn't wait.
I didn't push into
You did.
you.
How'd you get out of the car?
You yanked me
Yeah,
out the door.
I've got a very aggressive teenager here that almost hit me in the car, and now he won't give me his last name, and now he's trying to leave. G, and he's recording me because he's a jerk.
Watch your fucking mouth, Gary. Calling a guy a jerk? You're going a little too far, man. You're rampaging. You're being rambunctious, and you need to calm down. You're gonna say some things you're gonna regret, Gary, if you keep calling people jerks.
Mm-hmm. And I want you to come and give this guy a ticket. I'd be willing to testify in court against this guy. He came way too close to me. Huh? He did not hit me. There's a law in Utah that says you have to stay 3 feet from a cyclist. He did not. He just went right next to me. I wouldn't bother pulling over if this guy weren't unsafe. Yes, I'm still on my bicycle. He's here. Gary Peacock, you.
I love that he starts reciting law to the police. I know more than you guys, so you might be missing the problem here. No, I wasn't hit, but he was way too close, violating this law, which I'm gonna have to spit to you guys because you're too fucking stupid to get it, I guess. And I love the way he announces, I'm Gary Peacock. Like, I half expected him to strike like a superhero pose, like the Crimson Chin. That name fits him so well. That is perfect. That's like a name I would make for one of my Dark Souls characters, like fucking Phil Cheeseburger or something. I cannot believe his name is Gary Peacock.
He's just being aggressive and obnoxious. You leave, you're
He
not
put his
part of
hands
this.
on me, I would say, if I were you.
Yeah, there's another individual and he's just standing there. I'd like to get rid of him. I'm riding a bike. I have more rights than you.
That statement actually goes so hard. I'm riding a bike, I have more rights than you. That shit is like t-shirt level. That is actually fucking hard. Love that. So one of Pierce's friends who he was going to skate there with shows up just to kind of be a witness to this madness. Gary does keep putting his hands on Pierce, so it was good to have a third party just to be sure, you know, make sure things stay civil. And Gary's not too happy about that.
He's just standing here. He's standing there, but I don't feel safe with both of them here.
Friend, he's gonna stay.
He's staying because these two are trying to intimidate me. This guy tried to leave, this guy came, and he's trying to intimidate me.
He's just standing there menacingly. Gary is deeply insecure, I suppose, with this. There's two of them. They must be trying to fucking intimidate me. That's the only explanation. Help! 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 There's two people here and they're looking at me. They're looking at me! Help! Like, there is nothing that's happened. Keep in mind, nothing has happened except for Gary putting his hands on Pierce. That's it. And Pierce isn't the one freaking out.
Are you separate sides of the parties?
Yes.
Okay, if you'll stand over there by those
I'm
cars.
a complaining party.
Fantastic.
Can I tell you what happened?
Fantastic. Will you go stand over there for a second?
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Don't let him leave. He tried to leave already.
Sir, I'm right here. Thank you.
You can just immediately hear how annoyed the officer is to just be here wasting his time with this absolute drivel, this pitiful nonsense. The officer shows up and is already just over Gary's shit. Just the first interaction, he's just like, fantastic, fantastic. Can you just go over there, man? Can you just get the fuck out of here? Can you just go take a hike? Scram. And then as Gary's walking away, he's making sure to give a little backseat gaming here, some advice to the officer. Don't let him leave. And you can see the officer's shadow on the car. He does this. Like, are you serious? He does one of these. And he says, sir.
Later, can I call the district attorney and press charges? Is this so press charges over? I know it's a small incident, but...
Well, and here's the thing.
Thank you.
Sign his citation that you were present for it, and then I'm going to issue you one for disorderly conduct as well. So if you'll just hang tight over on the sidewalk over there,
then I won't press charges.
It's too late.
Speaking of pressing charges, Gary, it seems like you're very hungry for charges. How about you get served some from the menu? Do those taste pretty good? The officer hits him with the disorderly conduct charges. So, I cut out quite a bit here, but Gary insists that Pierce's life gets fucked for this, even though nothing has happened, even though Gary himself admits that it's a small incident, but he wants to salt the earth with it. So, he has point blank said that he wanted Pierce to be arrested. If he'd have it his way, he'd go to jail, was his words. And the officer shows up and, well, that's not exactly something that's going to be happening here because Pierce recorded it. So the officer gets to see that Gary was the instigator, the aggressor, and pretty much everything that had happened was because of Gary, this whole incident. So, uh-oh.
Why am I getting, for what?
Because you were aggressive to him.
Yes, I was, but he was trying to leave.
Okay, go wait over there. I'll explain it here in a second.
Can't we just...
Nope.
Oh, come on, man. I was the victim here.
All right, watch out. We can go a different way, and you can be arrested for disorderly conduct. That's an arrestable offense.
What kind of disorderly conduct is it?
You opened his door 3 times. Okay? He doesn't have to get out of his car for you. He doesn't have to identify for you. You are not law enforcement.
You're right, officer. He's something more than law enforcement. He outranks you. This is Gary fucking Peacock, super cyclist. My voice cracked even saying his name because I'm not worthy. His name commands too much power and too much respect, damn it.
You don't get to come out here and enforce things. You call us and let us do it.
Okay.
He didn't say he was going to leave in his vehicle. He's like, I'm here to skate. I'm going to go skate. He didn't believe he did anything wrong. He's going to provide me the dash cam.
Okay.
He showed me the recording, and you were the aggressive one, not him.
Yes, because he...
Yes, and you don't get to be aggressive with people like that.
Okay.
That's disorderly. That's why you are getting a citation as well.
Why is it too late? What does it mean? What does it mean, disorderly? Do I have to go to court for this? You're kidding me.
Yeah. You were adamant that this, and you were the one causing the stir here.
What if I apologize?
It's too late. I've already seen the evidence. I am obligated.
Oh, come on, man.
Okay.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not be too hasty here. A sorry from Gary Peacock? That's worth more than gold. Let's not get carried away. So you can see that the tables have turned. The shoe is on the other foot now. And it is just so satisfying. It's impossible not to smile watching his tough guy act fall to pieces. That bravado that he marched up there with, thinking that he was in the right and the Pierce was an aggressive asshole, this and that, when really, it turns out he was the aggressive asshole the whole time, and now his behaviors got him in some hot water with this citation of disorderly conduct. Now, it is worth mentioning, Pierce was also issued a citation for passing too close to a biker, but that was dropped. So that seems like something the officer did just to try and like get this, moved on. That didn't stick. However, the disorderly conduct one, well, that one kind of did. Gary Peacock was forced to give like a little half-assed apology. I think he also got fined. I'm not exactly sure. I saw two conflicting reports on that. But regardless of what the actual outcome is there, just watching this was a joy. So I had to share this. It had me giggling. That's the story of Gary Peacock. That's about it. See ya. Alright, fine. You caught me red-handed. There's no use in trying to hide it and keep it a secret. Nothing gets by you guys. Yes, I did just get back from playing Thursday night pickup basketball with the boys. And yes, I did perform like Allen Iverson in his prime, but we don't need to just hyperfixate on that. I mean, you guys are just focused on it way too heavily. Or maybe you're just so distracted by this beautiful retro moist jersey that I'm wearing. Is a little sneak peek, a little teaser for an upcoming basketball wear line we're doing. But please, you're a real chatty Cathy. Can you stop talking about basketball for 2 seconds? Yes, I play like Luka if he got hit with a shrinking beam, right? I get it, little Luka out there, but just because I'm incredible at basketball doesn't mean that that's what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about is a very interesting gym dispute that I've never quite seen before. I've seen a lot of gym freakouts and really goofy things that happen there, especially in the modern age where every single person's workout appears to be filmed now for TikTok. So when you go into a gym, I imagine it's like going on to a movie set right now, but they're doing like 15 different indie films at every single corner of the gym. I haven't been to a public gym in a while. We built one at the warehouse a couple years ago, and that was such a fucking blessing. That was crucial, because I couldn't stand to be in a gym that is just nothing but cameras recording every single nook and cranny of the establishment. It'd be miserable. And today, there was someone recording their back workout, and it led to an argument because he was doing it shirtless. Now listen here, sports fans, I'm gonna give you the brass tacks. You don't get pythons like these puppies unless you're praying at the Iron Temple actively. And for me, I've spent about 10 years in gyms. And also, I'm gonna go ahead and just get ahead of this here before some of you in the comments attack me like mosquitoes swarming a Hershey's bar that was left out in the rain. I know a lot of people say that my physique isn't representative of what 10 years in the gym should look like. To that I say, bah humbug. I've gone through the jacked, yoked stage, and at 5'6", I just didn't like how I looked. I looked like a goofy little meatball. So now I just keep myself looking this way on purpose, going for more of a shredded, lean, muscular physique. Don't know why I felt the need to explain that, but figured might as well. Point is, in all of my years in the gym, it has always been proper etiquette to wear a shirt during your workout, except for a couple of exceptions where it is acceptable to not do that. There's a few locations in my local area where there's plenty of people working out shirtless, and there's no problem with that. But when you're going to just like a normal public gym where it's just, a wide range of clientele that isn't necessarily like power lifters or anything like that, just casual lifting, it's usually encouraged that you keep your shirt on. So I'm imagining that's what this place was, a place where you're supposed to keep your shirt on. So I can understand maybe one person being like, that's kind of douchey. But this guy gets so fucking upset at seeing a shirtless man that he starts recording it, and then it devolves into a heated argument that I half expected to go Looney Tunes and have like grand pianos falling on each other's heads.
I'm recording my back here, man.
He is more mad about seeing this guy shirtless than he would be if he found out his girlfriend was cheating on him. He is fuming. Like, the response to just less than proper gym etiquette is overblown here from this individual. Okay, so the protagonist here isn't supposed to be shirtless. Got it. If you have a huge problem with it, why not just go say something like, hey, would you mind putting your shirt back on? You're scaring me. I don't like to see a man chest. Just put a shirt on, please. Like, just go talk it out. Instead, he, like, just goes right up in front of him and starts filming, which is I am so tired of that being the trend when anything is going on that's a little out of the ordinary. Everyone's first instinct now is just to start recording that shit. I mean, I guess I sometimes do like that because it leads to really silly videos, but man, it is just out of control. It has completely replaced normal human instincts and common sense on how you'd respond to something you don't like, where you'd usually just ignore it or maybe just roll your eyes and walk away. Now you put yourself in the position you don't like for as long as possible so you can keep recording and continuously just escalate your own inner anger. It's a baffling concept to me. But that's exactly what happens here. He just stands there, he records. Eventually, the guy who's being recorded is now like, hey, why are you doing that? And then he's like, it's weird because you're not wearing a shirt. And then he just starts dropping slurs. Like, he is so upset, he is throwing around slurs at this stranger here.
So I don't even know this dude, and I am confused as hell of what's going on, because I don't understand why he's cursing me out and stuff. So, but he continues to stare at me and flip me off and mouth things to me. So I just had to say something.
Man, this NPC here just hit a water bottle slam in response to this, and then started rolling up on the guy like it was something out of a horror video game, just marching his way up there to give him a piece of his mind, which, again, probably should have been the first thing he did instead of start escalating this shit by recording it and then calling him slurs. You could have just walked up and said, hey, do you mind putting your shirt back on? Finish your set, put your shirt back on, it's not that big of a deal. But instead, he's gone through all this hoopla and made the situation far bigger than it ever should have been. I don't know why he's this upset about a guy not wearing a shirt. It is a crazy response to that.
I don't know what you're talking, buddy. What are you talking about? Talking across the fucking gym. What do you think? What are you talking about? I don't know. What are you talking about? Fuck you. Yeah, I'll fuck you up, pussy. Yeah. Fuck you.
What an interesting exchange there. That was some shit straight out of Skyrim. He just comes up with the wackiest dialogue tree after slamming his water bottle. Fuck! Shirtless man, damn you! And then marches over, and then he's just like, what are you talking about? He's trying his best to make it seem like he's not the weird one here, saying that the other guy was talking to him from across the gym, but meanwhile, he was the one that was recording him, and then calling him slurs. It doesn't add up. And he's doing it all with this really confused smile on his face. Like, it's just such a odd set of circumstances. A lot of the comments on this video compared the looks of this man to Eli Manning, and I can't unsee it. This actually does look like Eli Manning in an alternate universe. Anyway, dude comes up and makes threats saying that he'll fuck him up over not wearing a shirt is a crazy thing to try and fight about. But he's doing all of this with like a really big smile on his face, like he is grinning ear to ear. I can't tell if he wanted to fight or fuck this guy. I'm really not sure what his plan was or what he was wanting to happen. If I was to be an armchair psychologist, to me this seems like the sight of the shirtless man made him have thoughts that he wasn't happy about, so then he had this crazy big response because he felt bad about maybe being attracted to it. I really don't know. I can't think of a rational, reasonable explanation for why somebody would get this mad at something so small. Yes, if this is a gym that doesn't allow shirts to be off, it is improper etiquette to have your shirt off, but it's super easily solvable without this kind of hostility by just asking them to put their shirt back on, or even telling just gym staff, be like, hey, that guy's got his shirt off, you might want to talk to him about it, if you don't want to be the one to do it. Like, it's just so easy without it being a big song and dance. I just had to share this because this really was a head scratcher of a video for me, getting this mad about something so insignificant. That's really about it. So yeah. I know that every single one of you watching this video right now has that one piece of content that you saw at some point in your life that is just burned into your brain and you can never forget it. Now, it might not be something that you obsess over and dwell on, think about every single day of your life, you know, writing it on the walls or something, like you get crazy with it, but it is a video that you've watched that you'll never forget. For a lot of you, that'll be the basic things like 2 girls, 1 cup, or Goatsy. But for me, these videos are usually like public freakouts that just really make me mad thinking about. So then sometimes when I'm in like a bad mood about something, I'll think of them and make myself even more upset. Which is super stupid, but you know, it is what it is. And there's one video in particular that pops up every few months that every time it gets floated around again and reposted, I watch in its entirety and then I go through and get upset about it all over again as if for the first time.
Grab the water too. Thank you. Hey, can I ask you something, by the way? No, it's just that every time I come here, like at the late night hour, I don't know why, you're like very, like it's not even me because I know it's not just me. Like, I'm sure you're like this way with everyone. You just like are very impatient. Like if like you don't want this job, you don't have to be here. Like I'm just letting you know, like you literally rush my order every single time and I hate having you.
This video is just the final raid boss of public freakouts that ticks every single box that just steams my ham. It gets me so heated every time. It is an asshole filming it themselves, filming their actual worst moment, which is always just baffling to me. They're being a piece of shit to someone in the service industry, specifically at fast food, which seems to just be the Thunderdome for degeneracy with these fucking weirdos that go there just to stir up a controversy. This is a premeditated embarrassment. He went there already filming the window, ready to confront this guy, because he said that he rushes his order. Brother, it's a fast food restaurant, you stupid fucking worm. You fucking imbecile homunculus. Why are you whining about your food being rushed? That's the entire point of fast food. It's the entire reason the establishment exists, to deliver the food quickly. And he's complaining about it. It's crazy. Like, the 3 little neurons in his dumb little spongy fart brain couldn't process that the reason the worker is giving him his food quickly is because that's his job. That's the whole point of it. But then, to top it off, the guy filming is also drunk driving. He's a self-admitted drunk driver. He literally reports himself in the video. It actually rolls up everything that makes me mad about public freakouts into like one video. So this is just like the full complete Christmas package of things that just grind my ass.
And I mean, I'm sure my word means nothing to you, but I'm just telling you, you have the choice to have a different profession. This isn't a profession. I'm sure you're just very incompetent and you have to work here.
It's better than your lack of profession, where you still treat mommy and daddy like coin blocks in Mario for you to jump up and hit for your allowance that you use to purchase your truck with. I remember when this video surfaced, I went fucking super sleuth on it because I had to know if there was a follow-up. He filmed it himself, so surely he would see everyone clowning on him. And sure enough, at the time, he did issue an apology on Facebook, and I didn't forgive him then. And I don't forgive him now. Fuck him. He's also a drunk driver, which I will never have any level of forgiveness for. But he's also a fucking turbo dweeb who tries to lecture him on why his job doesn't matter and it's not even a profession, and says that the reason he has it is because he must be incompetent. Oh, you slimy fucking weasel. You goofy little bowl of horseradish. It is unreal that a drunk driver that wasn't employed at the time of the video, maybe he is now, and it would be poetic if he is also working in the fast food industry, and now maybe we'll understand the pain of horrible people like him coming through. But I'm already getting lost in some erotica fanfic about justice existing in the real world. Point is, this absolute unhinged dork then takes time out of his night to try and shit on this guy who's just doing his job and doing it well. That is just downright despicable behavior. It's so fucking embarrassing, and he filmed it himself too, so he's also a delusional, stupid asshole too.
But I'm not being ignorant either. It's just like, I come here to get food. Who cares, like, if I've been drinking or doing whatever? Like, I come here at a late night hour, I get food. Every time I have you, I fucking hate it. It makes me sick.
I'm so sorry about that.
Huge save by clarifying that he's not being ignorant. Wouldn't want anyone to get confused here. I also love that all of this starts by saying, hey, can I ask you something? And then he goes into this monologue shitting on the guy and explaining why he hates him. Because he gets his food out too fast. He's too good at his job. Thus, this absolute fucking stupid moron is like, you're a bad man. You must not want to see me. He has a personal grudge against me and wants to get me out of here, shoo me away like a stray animal. He hates me for some reason, so I hate him. He gives me my food too quick. Damn it. I also imagine that he carries this energy with him everywhere. So, Godspeed to the waiters and waitresses that have been unfortunately subjected to this plague of a person that sweeps through asking and demanding some kind of certain service. Like, excuse me, harlot? You didn't smile at me when you took my order. You fucking hate me. This isn't even a real profession. This isn't even a real profession. You must just be incompetent. Like, I imagine this is just him. Like, this is just him, fully. Like, this isn't just an isolated incident. But anyway, I'm gonna replay this just in case you missed it the first time. He says something very important here.
I come here to get food. Who cares, like, if I've been drinking or doing whatever? Like, I come here at a late night hour, I get food. Every time I have you, I fucking hate it. It makes me sick.
I'm so sorry about that.
Full-blown self-report here. He just says, who cares if I've been drinking or doing whatever? So you've been drinking and doing whatever frequently and then come here to get food. So you're a constant drunk driver. You're a menace. I'll tell you who cares. Every innocent person on the road will care if you've been drinking and getting behind the wheel of a vehicle. It's dangerous to everyone around you, including yourself. I will never ever sympathize with a drunk driver. And it's certainly not one like this. This guy's just a turbo douchebag. This is next level douchebag shit. I feel so bad for the worker here. Like, he just sits here and listens to this whole spiel over nothing. Like this whole temper tantrum hoopla.
No, I'm sure you're very sorry about it. I'm sure you're very sorry about it. But you are very shitty to me every time I come here.
I'm so sorry.
No, I'm sure you're not actually sorry, and you're just saying that because, like, whatever's happening or you're being recorded. So, yeah.
This warrior is a patient saint because that window should have closed far earlier, but he let this guy continue to vomit out a bunch of fucking nonsense, upset over nothing. The service was too efficient, I guess. I suppose that this guy really thinks he's the main character of life, and everyone should be trying to communicate and talk with him. When he's just at a fast food place, clearly you're just getting your food and leaving. That's the whole point of it. I don't know what he was expecting or what he wanted. All this worker did was get him his food and send him on his way. He did nothing wrong. He did nothing to warrant any kind of hostile response. He just keeps blabbering on about how getting him at the drive-thru makes him sick because he's impatient and rushes his food. Like, it's still 2 years later makes me upset. And it popped up again this week, so I wanted to talk about it. Like I said, it gets reposted like once every few months, and every time it does, I get angry all over again. Like I have like arguments with the driver of this truck in my head from time to time. Like I don't know how someone ends up that much of a monstrous asshole. I don't know how you end up so entitled and shitty. I don't. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. That's it. See ya. Fasten your seatbelts. It's time for a good old-fashioned, red-blooded American patriotic public freakout. This one takes place on a golf course.
We got a Karen on the golf course right now.
You'll leave after I don't give you a goddamn thing.
I'm gonna take your clubs.
Take it.
He seems like a character from Mad Men. Like, he is smoldering right now. That is mean mugging. And then he holds up the golf ball like he's about to do a magic trick with it to make it disappear. So, from what I understand here about this situation is this group was golfing and this gentleman, which I can't say that word because he is not a gentleman at all. He's not conducting himself in an appropriate manner for the golf course, which is a holy sanctuary of good manners and some light day drinking. He has picked up their ball and refuses to give it back. I don't really know why. Maybe he's out of balls and he resorted to just scavenging for one, maybe. But he has their ball. They're confronting him saying like, hey, give that back. And he's saying, nope. There's just already so much information here to digest and marinate on. Now, one of the members of this party that had their golf ball stolen by the gluttonous golfer threatens to take his golf clubs in return, which I imagine they were just saying out of, jest and making fun of him. But you have to be cautious because clearly this man is resorting to caveman brain. He's going primal right now. He's not processing information rationally. So he might take that as a declaration of war, like a legitimate threat. If you're talking about taking someone's golf clubs, you're basically threatening to take their firstborn child to some of these golfers out here. So you just gotta be wary of the headspace the guy's in right now.
Where you're fucking
Then leave.
I'm not getting a fight at a golf course.
Then leave. I'm gonna stand here and you can complain. Goodbye.
I'm not complaining. You're the one bitching.
No, you're
Over
the
a
one that
fucking
approached
golf
me
ball.
and I asked you to no longer speak.
You took her ball!
Please don't speak to me.
We're coming over.
I'll be honest here, I can't help but appreciate his power stance. The way that he holds himself is actually pretty impressive. It's a legitimate NPC stance. He's got this spiritual pressure that I can taste through the video. So he's drawing a line in the sand. He's saying, I'm not fucking leaving. You can sit here and complain, but I've got your ball and I'm not giving it back. So the Grinch has come out here and stolen Christmas, and he did it all while wearing Steve from Blue's Clues shirt. I love that he's got the green striped shirt on because since I grew up with Blue's Clues, I see a shirt like that and I immediately associate it with like a really nice person, and this guy is wiping his ass with that whole fucking idea. Because this guy is not nice at all. In fact, you know what? I'll say he's a bit of a jerk. Pardon my French.
You took her ball!
Bro, you took her ball.
Dude, I'm not gonna fight you over a fucking
If you need money for her golf balls,
I'm going to, Walter. Because I'll plant you, bitch boy. Now get the fuck off the cart.
Walter.
Walter.
Oh, here we go.
You see that?
Oh.
That's what you been to heaven, bitch, and you wanna test God, you fucking come get it, shit stack.
I'm a little disappointed he didn't rip the shirt off Hulk Hogan style. The fact that he quickly takes it off like it's about to get sensual took away from the impact of the peak male physique reveal. Now shit's starting to pop off. It's about to look like 6th Street in Austin, Texas after the bars closed down. That's a really specific reference, but I think a lot of you understand what I'm talking about. There's this street in Texas with a ton of bars, and every single time the bars close, all the fights just start breaking out outside on that street all the time. Most of the street fights you see on the internet actually come from that area. That's like the genesis of fighting. Like that's where fighting was invented, really. But anyway, let's dial back the clock a little bit. He said something very interesting that caught everyone off guard when he said Walter, and that he would plant him bitch boy. So all at once, the crowd says, Walter? 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 Like, no one knows where that came from, so I believe what happened here is for a brief moment, this dude traveled to a different dimension, and he was fighting a ghost named Walter. No one seems to know where that came from, but that was finally the last straw there, when he takes his shirt off. Walter was there, and he was ready to fuck him up.
Mentally ill. Oh.
You think I'm mentally ill?
I know you're
Been to heaven. Leave me alone.
So that's the second time he mentioned heaven. So the first time when the shirt comes off, he makes this statement about, this is the body that went to heaven, so if you want to challenge God, then come get it, shit stack. I don't exactly know what a shit stack is. I guess if I was to put the context clues together and use the very obvious, it would be like a piece of poop on a piece of poop on a piece of poop, like a whole fucking tower of it. But who does that? I've never seen a shit stack per se. But what's the most interesting part here is that he keeps mentioning heaven. And I don't exactly know what that's about, but it is pretty intimidating. That gives some psychopath energy. It reminds me of Hey Arnold with the don't hit me, I'll hit me. Like the whole thing being act as crazy as possible to stop a fight from happening. Maybe that was the tactic here, so that way he could have them leave on their own accord and he gets to keep their ball. He gets the treasure. Like, maybe it's possible. But yeah, either way, I just found this to be really interesting because it goes 0 to 100 so quick, because for some reason he inexplicably takes their ball and refuses to give it back. And it turned into this big song and dance. It just feels like so many people are on edge all the time and are willing to die for things that are super small. It just, I don't know, it's just a wild phenomenon that I'm noticing being very common these days. Also, there's another thing I want to point out. When he takes his shirt off initially, he looks down at himself a couple times, and then when he looks up, he looks almost surprised, as if he didn't know what to expect when his shirt came off there. Maybe, like, it wasn't the same view that he has of his body when he looks at himself in the mirror, so it caught him off guard. I don't really know. But yeah, I just wanted to share this, because it's been a little while since we went over just a good old-fashioned public freakout. That's about it. See ya. I'm absolutely terrified of flying. I haven't been on an airplane since 2016. I have a genuine phobia of flying. However, if I was guaranteed a show like you're about to see, blessed with a fucking public meltdown of this caliber every time I'd get on a plane, I would be the first one in line at the TSA to get fingers up my butthole so I could get a great spot on the plane and watch this shit happen. This is glorious. So you're about to see a frat boy lose his mind after going 2 beers deep. He just gets a little sloppy.
You guys fucking suck! My parents are worth the fucking $2 million goddamn dollars. And you know what? You fucking suck!
Meet Maxwell. I think that name fits him perfectly. It's like straight out of South Park. If they had a douchey character that bragged about their parents' wealth, they just slap on the name Maxwell because it fits. He's just the quintessential failed son who only lives off mommy and daddy's money, just constantly suckling on their teats for the rest of his life, living in their shadow. If I was watching this video muted, I would assume he was bragging about his parents' wealth. The kind of guy that's like, hey, fight me, but if you do, my dad's gonna sue you. And he also works for Bungie, so he'll get banned on Xbox Live too, nerd.
Yeah! Yeah, you know what? My grandpa is worth more than your fucking life. My fucking attorney. Shut the fuck up!
To catch you up to speed on the lore here, Maxwell has ordered 2 drinks. He's gone where no man has gone before. He's 2 brewskis deep in here and he's feeling it. He's fucked up. Also, he apparently had a little bit of an accident. He spilt on his shirt and mommy forgot to put the bib on him, so he had to go to the bathroom to change, came out shirtless, and one of the flight attendants offered to help get a shirt from his carry-on. After Maxwell was helped get into his new dinosaur t-shirt, Maxwell said thank you in the only way he knows how, with sexual assault. He allegedly groped her chest, and not just the one flight attendant, but another one as well. So in Maxwell's fucking caveman brain, he thought honking titties was the optimal way of giving his thanks. So it sounds like Maxwell may be entering the no-fly list, but might have a future at Activision Blizzard.
Chill out!
Ladies and gentlemen.
The conclusion to this video is one of the best I've ever seen, actually duct taped to the chair, like a mummy getting fucking mummified and thrown into a sarcophagus. Absolutely spectacular. I couldn't be happier with the way they handled this, to be honest. I don't know if this is by the book, like standard protocol, but if it isn't, it should be. How to handle a reckless, dangerous passenger, just tape them down. That sounds remarkable. So, this is where the video ends, but it's not where the story stops. Here's a bit of the story here, the cliff notes, as well as a beautiful mugshot of Maxwell in all of his glory, with one of the most punchable faces I've seen in quite some time. This isn't some small thing. It's not like he's only going to be banned from this particular airline, which was Frontier in this case. From what I was reading, assaulting flight staff can carry up to 20 years in jail, or like a $250,000 fine, which to Maxwell and his extremely wealthy family might be nothing but pennies in the bucket, you know. Maxwell's an extremely successful leech. I'm sure Daddy and the 5 cars he sold at his dealership can probably get him out of that fine, but 20 years in jail, well, that's nothing to scoff at. This just happened. This is some fresh, stinky news right now, so they're still investigating. All of the involved party members from the flight side of things are being interviewed, as well as getting everyone's statements. So, don't know exactly how this is going to all wrap up in this anime, though I do imagine none of it's going to be a good outcome for Maxwell. This just goes to show you, if you're one of those fucking douchebags who brags about his parents' wealth, you are destined for a life of utter failure. You will end up like Maxwell, 2 beers deep and ruining your life over nothing. I also don't have anything against Maxwell's parents, because if they truly are as wealthy as Maxwell thinks they are, where they could just like own all of Frontier Airlines, they're certainly not sharing any of that wealth with Maxwell. He's flying coach on the cheapest airline in the entire US. I'm pretty sure Frontier has the cheapest tickets available, and he's flying coach there. So if his family truly is that wealthy, they're not helping him out that much, and I respect that. I think that's great. So yeah, pretty wild story. I always love to see a douchebag get taped to a fucking chair in a plane, I guess. That's pretty incredible stuff. It's like that scene out of Casino Royale when James Bond starts getting his nutsack blasted on after he's taped to a chair. So it's great. Fucking wonderful. That's about it. See ya. My hair makes me look like a crazy person right now. And allow me to explain, because I have been engaging in only the purest, most concentrated form of lunacy. Twitter. I've been connecting dots that weren't meant to be connected. I've stumbled upon a web woven in lies, manipulation, and demonology. This is the kind of rabbit hole that will have you condemned to Arkham Asylum, and I'm gonna share it with you now. And it all has to do with that big plane freakout video from about 2 days ago now. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. There was a lady on a plane who got a little rambunctious, so she stormed off saying that the person she was sitting next to wasn't real and it scared her. Ordinarily, like 5 or 6 years ago, this would have been viewed as just like a goofy haha moment from silly lady. But now, in the current climate of our world, people accept even the most outrageous shit as legitimate. So they're using this as evidence that the government is putting fake people on our flights, or that reptilians exist. And apparently now you're asinine if you write off a situation like this as just a drunk lady being rambunctious. I've also been keeping up with this. I'm sure all of you have seen this video already. I'll just in case you haven't, here. This was the other day.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the fuck off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the fuck off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give 2 fucks, but I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can fucking die with them or not. I'm not going to. Bye.
So that blew up yesterday, and I have been glued to it ever since. So we live in a really awesome time period of our species where everything is deep. So this isn't just an isolated incident of a crazy lady having an unhinged episode. So I read like a 20k updated post on Twitter about how she's trying to let us know that there's a demonic presence on the plane by doing a 2 up, 2 down hand signal, which I'd never fucking heard of before. I had to look into this absolute lunacy. So I saw people debating on how she's trying to tip the public off that there was some kind of reptilian Satanist or something back there, which is what she's referring to as that motherfucker's not real. And they were being completely, like, genuine. They were being 100% genuine. I have been glued to it. People find symbolism in everything. Actually everything, and it's amazing. This has taken hold in a big way. Everything somehow ties into some kind of big Illuminati, deep state plan, reptilian, hollow earth theory. And I have just been absolutely enamored with it all day. I must have spent like close to an hour just doom scrolling all the people hyper-analyzing this frame of her freakout. It's a jutsu. Yeah, the psychosis jutsu. Or maybe she's trapped in a genjutsu, which is why she thought that guy wasn't real. So then where was it? Oh, it's a different video, I think. Is it going to be here? Well, apparently Carrot Top was on the plane. Don't really care about that, though. Where's the, there's a video posted showing green hoodie guy. Apparently who she was referring to was a guy in a green hoodie. And there's a video that's showing him, and it's like, this is the proof, this guy is actually not real. And then they're coming up with theories on what it is, because he's just sitting there, like doing nothing. He was literally just sitting still, and that's it. And then someone, take with a grain of salt, because it's TikTok, so the guy himself is probably less than human, just a fucking clout zombie, but a guy was claiming that he sat next to her, and that the guy in the green hoodie was ignoring her. And, like, it was really awkward and weird, and that he was starting to believe that the guy wasn't real too, or something. It's such a rabbit hole of nonsense I can't help but enjoy. Unsurprisingly, there's been a flood of people claiming not only to be on the plane, but also to be the green hoodie guy. There was a very popular TikTok video that's come out now from a guy claiming to be the green hoodie guy, and it's all baloney. As far as I've been able to find, the woman in the video hasn't come forward with any additional information, nor anyone actually associated with her or around her on the flight or anything like that. All these videos popping up of people pretending that they were a passenger on the plane and giving their insight into the situation, or the people claiming to be the subject that she's speaking on, are all just lying for the sake of some internet updoots. Those are the fake people. Those are like actually fake people. They're not real motherfuckers at all. They are just clout-obsessed, attention-fucking desperate people that are just trying to capitalize off the viral sensation of this story. I'd love to hear more from her, though. I'm surprised that she hasn't given, like, an interview or something to explain her position. Because she had the whole crowd, the whole plane as a captivated audience here. The entire crowd turned around to look. Like, this is straight out of a movie.
Not real. And you can...
Everyone fucking turns around to see who she's pointing at. This man's standing up here like, what, me? I'm catching a stray back here? It's just like a perfect disaster. Oh, everyone, yeah, I don't blame them. I'd turn around too. Everyone did. For good reason. You telling me someone's not real on this plane? I want to check it out. I'm expecting to turn around and see a fucking android or something. Some kind of mannequin. Or like that guy from Men in Black, the cockroach guy. Need sugar water. People in the comments were saying she was drunk and meant the flight attendant wasn't a real flight attendant, accusing him of stealing her AirPods. I saw that, but I didn't... I mean, there's no evidence to back that up, and that doesn't make me laugh nearly as hard as all the people talking about how she's going on about, like, some kind of demon on the plane. I saw something really fucking cool from this morning on Twitter. There was this big document that was being shared around Twitter as proof that this lady was onto something. Like, she was, you know, galaxy brain, seeing through the nefarious evil plot from the government, and they were sharing this top secret classified document that was going over an experiment they were conducting, where they were placing fake people on board these planes to fool the general populace just to see if they could, like, slip one in on us. So it was this document that was typed up, and it was, you know, subject, imaginary man, location, flight, whatever, plane to Orlando. And then it went into detail on what was going to go on. And they're like, look, see, this is hard evidence right here that she was onto it. She was privy to the scam. It was the government, the puppet master the whole time. And then an hour later, the guy who initially posted that it began circulating from, came forward and said that he felt really bad because he made it himself, because he thought it was fun as a creative writing piece for, like, SCP, basically. He wrote just SCP fanfic around this, and a lot of people went wild, assuming that it was real, because they don't do any level of research on their own or have any level of rational thought. It's just this desperate desire to feel special and smarter than everyone else, so they'll just accept the most impossible reality imaginable and just live in fantasy world and run with that narrative. And we were actually blessed with a double whammy here. There was another incident that continued to fan the flames of fake people on airlines, because there was another freakout that happened within the same 24-hour period, where a man got really upset at whoever he was sitting next to, so much so that he tried to, like, charge off the plane and, like, get out of there as soon as possible. Now, this one, from everything I've read, the guy was actually on drugs. Like, he came from, I think it was a music festival or something. And when you watch the video, it's pretty clear that he is not in his right mind. He's fucking tweaking hard. And yet people still, legitimately, still are claiming, like, look, it's happening all over the world. You can't explain this. Why are so many people getting so upset at random passengers on their flights? It must be fake motherfuckers or reptilians. Clearly, these are the only two options.
Oh, him! Mate, just get out! Hey, mate, just everyone is, come on, please! Go! Marco and Tony were out in short time!
Look at everyone filming, man.
What's wrong? Whoa!
The passengers were actually very quick to stop this. He was charging the door to try and open it during takeoff, and they dogpiled on this man like they were trying to recover a fumble in the Super Bowl. So, fast action from the other passengers on board the flight. But yeah, people are once again claiming that this is further evidence that something real evil is happening aboard these flights with passengers that aren't actually humans. And like I've said, it's been extremely entertaining watching all of these outrageous theories unfold so far, so I'm excited to continue reading more evidence from them about all of this. That's really about it. So yeah. I remember when I was a kid in middle school, there was a guy that tried to sell me cigarettes once. It wasn't like an adult or anything, it wasn't a creepy uncle situation, it was just a fellow classmate. And he like pulled me aside, he's like, "Charlie, you want to see something fucking epic? You ever heard of cigarettes?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've heard of those goofy little things before, why?" So he like opened up his backpack and showed me. He made it seem like he was showing me like a real life fucking Pokemon or something, like a dinosaur egg. And I just never really forgot that. That story doesn't really have anything in common with what we're talking about today, other than I now feel like that kid's selling cigarettes, but instead of selling cigarettes, now I'm just showing you something fucking epic with a grown-ass man melting down and throwing a temper tantrum after being told he has to move one seat to his left in a movie theater.
Seats in this theater!
So that's
why
not
do you
yours.
have to have mine?
It's not your seat.
Go away!
That's not gonna
I
happen.
pay my money, I have a right to it.
Sit in your seat, correct?
Yes,
that's
my
not,
seat.
That's not your seat.
How can you tell it's not my seat?
Because your ticket has your seat number on it.
Absolutely bent him over and blasted his ass with facts and logic. Put his ass into a checkmate, the scholar's mate, by dropping the mic after revealing that his ticket has his assigned seat on it, as pretty much every movie theater does these days. And so, to bring you up to speed, this gentleman was asked to just move to his seat that is on his ticket, and that's when all hell broke loose. That's when the demon came out.
Whatever.
Let's find it.
Whatever.
This can easily
Do
be
your own
resolved.
policy.
in
No,
your
no, I'm going to be an
argument.
asshole because you're being an asshole.
I am not.
I'm a patron here.
Okay, and I'm trying to find
And this
your
will be
seat.
the last time that I come to this imagined theater.
My man just dropped a theater on him. That's some straight out of SpongeBob fire. Again, this could all be solved super easily if he just moved to the seat right next to him. But he just will not budge. This is what happens when an unstoppable object meets an immovable sack of rejection and failure.
All right,
great.
I paid
That
my
sounds
money.
great.
Does anybody
please
here
don't come
think
back.
that
Please
this
don't
is
come back.
actually a thing where it's like, it doesn't matter where you sit. It's not assigned seating.
It is.
Go sit in your own seat.
Thank you.
So now we get a look at our protagonist here. It's Hulk Hogan. Hulkmania is running wild here, brother. I'll tell you what. And the camera angle is very cinematic here. I feel like a child hiding inside of my parents' closet. Now they've just busted in and started making out with each other, and I'm really uncomfortable. You also gotta love that the crowd work didn't exactly pan out. Wait, guys, what's the deal with assigned seating? Does anyone else believe in this shit? This shit's more made up than round earth theory, am I right? Like, come on, what's going on with that shit? And some guy's like, bro, just go to your seat. He's like, oh, bah humbug, whatever. It's just this phenomenon that I always find amazing, when someone is so confidently wrong and lost in their own delusion, just huffing too many of their own farts that they just really think that they're right, and put themselves out there to get validation and never find it. It's like those people that are melting down in a public store or at a retail worker, and they film themselves melting down and insulting the retail worker, thinking that they're in the right and it looks good on them. But every single time, it just gets them attacked by everyone, or they get like fired from their job for it because they themselves posted their worst moment thinking that they were in the right.
Oh, thank you.
Please, sir, let's find your seat and we can start the
No,
meeting.
I'm not going to.
Then I'm going to ask you to leave.
You did, like 4 or 5 times. And that's why now we have a disturbance. Because some other people can't just be like, you know what? I could sit right here.
Sir, we're not doing this
One
anymore.
seat off.
We're not doing
One
this.
seat off.
I gotta say, man, the employee here has the patience of an actual Zen master. I don't know how someone can be dealing with fucking drunk Yosemite Sam over here like this with such a level head. He's just sitting there being as respectful as possible given the circumstance. So that guy needs a raise. ASAP.
So if I were to move over 1 seat, everything would be okay.
Sir,
Is that what you're saying?
you're disrupting.
Is that what you're saying?
Listen.
Does that mean?
Are you gonna listen?
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Be my pest.
Okay. At this point, you are disrupting the show for these fine folks. We're gonna ask you to leave. We'll get you a refund, though. I'll be nice and get you a refund.
I don't know. I might want to be taken out in handcuffs now.
Sir, come on.
I say call his bluff. This is not a guy who's accustomed to confrontation or fighting. When you see him stand up, you'll know what I'm talking about. This is a guy whose only argument has probably ever come from playing Dungeons and Dragons online, or maybe like a rule dispute in Magic the Gathering. There is no chance that this guy would be okay in the face of like actual confrontation. He's just taking advantage of some very respectful and nice workers and being an insufferable asshole. Now, it does sound like he's been drinking, but that's no excuse for this behavior whatsoever. It's such a small, trivial thing to just move 1 seat over. I imagine the reason they even checked his ticket and then found out he was in the wrong seat is because someone was trying to sit in their assigned seat, but this fucking vigilante swamp-ass monster couldn't help but try and like fight for his right to be a nuisance. It's so frustrating that people will cause such a massive scene over something so small. Just move 1 seat over. It's just not that hard.
I paid my money. I don't understand why it is. If I sit over here, 1 seat, it's okay and everything is right with the world. But if not, the world stops and everybody gets upset.
Sir, let's go. I'll be nice and I'll get you a refund.
I want more than just a refund.
Okay.
Can I get a drink?
We'll take care of you in the lobby.
One more drink's gonna have this man in the fetal position crying and asking for his mom to pop a tit for him to suckle. It's not a good idea. He's definitely hit the sauce a little too hard today, though he does strike me as just an already angry person to begin with if he's willing to go this hard on something this insignificant. So hopefully he didn't get a drink, and hopefully he didn't get a refund. He was not entitled to a refund. He literally just donated to this theater to not even see a movie. He went in here, confrontational, and basically kicked himself out. He does not need a refund. That is being way too nice to this guy. These two workers deserve a raise for having to deal with someone like this. Just an actual public nuisance.
Fine. And then I won't come back.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay.
And I'm going to make sure everybody knows about this shit.
Okay. I appreciate that.
I'm capitulating because I don't want to watch the movie now. You ruined it for me. Because of your silly ass rules.
Okay. I apologize about that.
Take a look at that drip, god damn! Looking suave. Man out here with the red on red, dressed like an actual zit. Or maybe the saturation's a little up and maybe it's orange on orange and he's cosplaying as a traffic cone with a wig. I'm really not sure, but he's looking real good here. Man's looking like Doc Brown going through a phase after Back to the Future 3.
I still think I'm being the bigger person here.
Okay. I think you dropped your phone.
Yeah. Should we go down? They said they paid $900 for it. Goodbye, everyone. Enjoy your movie.
The most predictable twist in cinema history. This guy owns a trench coat and unironically wears it in public. I actually thought when he first picked it up it was a trash bag or like a tarp or something, and then it turned out to be a trench coat and I just thought, yep, that makes sense. That tracks. That sounds about par for the course. He probably also had like a katana stored in the trunk of his car just in case he happened to get jumped by 6 samurais on the way out of the parking lot or something. Just really sad shit. Just a public nuisance for no fucking reason. Could have just moved one seat over and saved everyone the trouble and himself the embarrassment. I think this is just a lesson to everyone to not make a big deal out of such simple and small things. Even like, let's say in some fantasy world, he was right. You know, he was actually in the right seat and the movie theater was wrong. None of them couldn't read. They were all illiterate. Even still, it's such a simple ask. They're asking me to move one seat over. I might be right, but why am I going to fight them? It's their facility. I'll just move over so that way I'm not intruding on everyone else's time. It's just not hard to just do something simple for the sake of everyone else's enjoyment and ease of existence. Like, it's just, I don't know, that shit just drives me up a fucking wall. Anyway, I just saw this today and wanted to talk about it. That's about it. See ya. A delusional psychopath tried swatting someone. What happens next will shock you. Dusting off the old Darman reference here for this one. So some miserable, horrible lady tried to swat someone. I'm sure I don't need to explain what swatting is. It's a horrible, bad thing that'll land you permanently on Santa Claus's naughty list. And this lady looks and sounds like she's one glass of wine away from passing out face first into her copy of 50 Shades of Grey, but in between bouts of consciousness, she decided to commit a huge crime of swatting. And boy howdy, the shoe went on the other foot real quick. They actually found her. And when they brought her into custody, she started launching sonic-based attacks at the officers. It's a wild ride that I can't wait to take you on, thanks to Code Blue Cam here providing all of the footage. We get a POV of what it's like to encounter a real-world banshee. But before we even see her, let's go ahead and get brought up to speed with the lore, the call, the emergency that she phoned in.
Hi, there's a man with a gun, shooting with a gun. Can you spell the street, ma'am? I can't understand you. Do you have me on speakerphone? He's shooting with a gun. I understand that, and I'm going to send help, but I need to understand the street name. Okay, and who is shooting with a gun? There's a man. He lives there. Okay, what is the man's name? I have no idea. Okay, how do you know this is going on? Oh my God, he's out there with a gun shooting rabbits. Okay, how do you know this is going on? Oh my God, because I can see him. He's shooting rabbits. He's shooting everywhere. Answer my questions. How do you know this is going on?
No doubt she's a classically trained actress. That is a very convincing performance. Those acting chops could bring a tear to the eyes of even Margot Robbie. And she is using it for evil, nefarious purposes. So she's talking about a man who's shooting. He's shooting rabbits. He's shooting everywhere. And refuses to give any, real info. And then, pauses after the operator's asking her how she even knows this is going on. She doesn't answer and then just hangs up.
Based on the nature of the call, all on-duty Brookfield police officers responded to the area immediately.
Bravo 521, I'm 23. There's nothing going on here. This is most likely a swatting call.
Dispatch later informed that the female caller had reached out again, stating she could see the man on her cameras and that he was still firing his weapon.
They sent out the whole kit and caboodle like they were about to bring down Cobra Commander. They got there, found nothing, but then the mysterious caller reaches out again, saying the same thing, that this maniac is out there firing his weapon. There's a maniac on the loose and we gotta get him. Only the officers were there. There was no gunshots. They even searched the area for casings, found nothing. They asked the homeowner nearby, nothing. So they were pretty confident it was a swatting call.
While clearing the scene, the female continued to call 911 repeatedly from an unknown number. A sergeant instructed the clerks to forward all her calls to his desk phone.
She called them again and again and again, repeatedly just spitting this fraudulent fairy tale, this gobbledygook horseradish. I don't know what she was even fucking thinking at this point. She's like the Riddler, but 50 times as stupid. She's the shittler. So she's over there just spewing this shit. They are at the scene, so they know it's not real, and they just start forwarding those calls to Ace Detective Phoenix Wright's personal desk phone, and he happens to recognize her voice from previous interactions. Let that sink in for a moment. Marinate on that thought. A police officer interacts with so many people, and most of those interactions, I imagine, aren't overly positive. Do you know how annoying you have to be to have an officer remember your voice? That you were such a fucking nuisance that your voice left an imprint in their brain that even just audibly hearing you can activate a Winter Soldier moment for them where they remember your name and everything. All because You stained them with how annoying you were.
When she called again, he recognized her voice from previous interactions. A quick in-house database check soon revealed her identity as 36-year-old Ashley Corbin.
Is that consistent with what you say you're observing?
Yeah.
Okay, we have gone to the area where you have claimed this has been happening 3 times tonight.
Yeah.
Yep, you've seen us there?
Yeah.
So he got asshole Ashley on the horn here in order to corroborate these reports, saying that you've called 10 times now all about this, we've been out there and have seen nothing, and she's just like a broken record saying, yeah, yep, yes. Like, she is a malfunctioning NPC. All she can say is, yeah. And he's just pressing her like, hey, we didn't see anything, you know, what's going on? She eventually says that the guy shooting is on camera, so the officer says, well, we'd love to see that footage. Shocker, she's got no footage to show.
I would love to see the video footage if that's something that you could provide for us, because we have been unable to locate him. And I sent an officer to look at that with you.
No, we want him to be stopped.
What's going to happen moving forward, we're going to be conducting an investigation for swatting. Are you familiar with that term?
I hope so. I hope that you guys are going to take his property into custody and investigate his whole property. I pray to God.
Well,
her body is screaming for water, but the only thing it's getting is more and more wine. She is plastered. You can clearly hear it. She is not able to process at all what's happening here. He's even telling her to her face that they are investigating her for swatting, and she's like, oh, thank heavens. Goodness gracious, it's about time you guys do your job. He's an absolute menace out there. He's shooting, and you need to go investigate his property. You need to take his property. I pray to God you go take his property. This and that. She doesn't realize what is happening here at all. Like, swatting is a very serious thing. Again, I'm sure you're all familiar with it, but people die from swatting. So it's something that's taken super seriously here, and she is not able to wrangle that fact at all.
Well, we're worried about our kids.
Yep, you've said that a couple times, ma'am. If you were so worried about your kids, I think you'd be willing to talk to an officer about it.
Are you kidding me? Do you really want to want to go there?
We're going to pull the phone records from the phone company. We'll write the subpoena. Have you had any drinks tonight, ma'am?
Are you crazy?
No, ma'am. I'm trying to conduct this investigation for you.
Are you a crazy person?
Nope.
He's been shooting rabbits and doing all kinds of stuff.
He started to sniff out that she might be intoxicated, but Ashley's putting on a strong show of sobriety to throw him off the trail. Drunk? Me? No. You crazy? You a crazy person? Is that what's going on here?
So, we're going to end this. He's going to pay us $1,500.
Oh, that's good for you.
Yeah, sure is.
Her neurons started to desperately fire as the realization must have started to sink in that they're not buying her story, so she starts to panic a little bit and tries to write a conclusion to the fanfic about how they just shook hands with $1,500 and everything's hunky-dory now, no need to send any pesky officers out there to check anything out because it's all squared away now, huh? Job well done.
Ashley Corbin, I remember her.
That's who I think it is. I think it's Ashley. Hello?
Holy
Is this Ashley?
yeah, no, this is not Ashley.
Okay. This is Sergeant Griebling with the Brookfield Police Department. You called us?
Who is Ashley?
I thought this was Ashley.
Why would you think that?
The tables turn, the officers are pretty sure it's Ashley, so they call her this time to try and confirm those suspicions, and I think it's pretty obvious from the second she answers the phone, they got her. But she's trying to play it cool. Ashley? No, this is not Ashley. What makes you think it's Ashley? My name is Born. I'm actually surprised she answered this call with her normal inebriated voice instead of trying to fool them, throw a monkey wrench into their hypothesis by answering the phone with an accent or something. Top of the morning to ya! You know, something like that, and they'd be like, oh, well, clearly it can't be Ashley. This caller wasn't Irish, so we got the wrong person.
Guess what? My name's Lindsay. You can stop calling me Ashley. Thank you.
Okay. You should probably slow down on the drinking tonight, ma'am.
You should probably fucking stop being a fucking bitch.
Okay.
How about that?
The call starts to devolve into her treating this call like it's an Xbox Live lobby, so she just keeps calling him a bitch. It really gets very interesting. It's like a League of Legends chat at this point.
It was also revealed that Ashley had an active felony warrant and had repeatedly called another police agency earlier that day using vulgar and profane language.
Sorry. Oh. Whoa. Where's he? Come on. Get treat. Prince. Get treat. Prince. No.
Come on. Let's go, bud.
Come on.
We get some more lore on Ashley, and the deeper it gets, the more confused I become at how someone can end up like Ashley. She was apparently calling another police agency that day as well to spew some mumbo-jumbo, and then they eventually find her outside with her dog, and then she's yanking on the dog's leash, which eventually pops the leash off of the dog, and then she has to go on the side quest to get the dog back to get it inside. It's quite a journey.
I want my attorney present.
Okay, sure.
Thank you. So I'm not going to talk to anybody without my attorney present.
Very well. I will pass on the Brookfield, and we'll see what they say.
After a lengthy mission, they do finally get the dog, and the way she's holding him, she's holding it like it's a bioweapon. I've never seen someone hold a dog like that in my fucking life. She's got the dog's wiener pointed at the officers. I think she was hoping that he'd start peeing or something as a distraction so she could make a run for it. I don't know. But she's like holding the dog almost like it's the fucking Heisman Trophy or something. Like, I don't get what she's doing, like, with that dog. I feel terrible for the dog. Honestly, the best thing that could have happened is the dog gets off the leash and finds a new owner. Because she seems remarkably fucking lost and beyond off her gourd.
So, no, I'm not doing a swatting thing with a Brookfield. Are you kidding me?
I wouldn't joke about that.
That is a serious joke. Ken is a psycho.
I don't even know who Ken is.
The guy?
We honestly don't know much of what's going on.
We were told here to come pick you up, that you have a warrant, and Brookfield wants to talk.
I date a Brookfield officer. Okay.
Who?
My man is an officer. Okay. I'm not gonna say because I don't want to.
You just said Singleton.
It's pretty clear that this woman is a pathological liar, and it only gets worse. She throws out some really heinous accusations in a bit. So right now, she's talking about how she wasn't behind the swatting. That's a very serious joke. That's not a knee slapper or a gut buster that you make gags out of. She would never do such a thing like that. And then she's talking about how she actually dates an officer. Won't name his name, but she dates an officer, and he probably wouldn't like what's happening here. He probably wouldn't like it. So her whole idea here, I think, was to try and, like, I don't know, say, like, hey, I date an officer, so I shouldn't be arrested, you know? I think that was the plan. It doesn't work, but I think that's what she was going for.
You need to go.
No, you're good. Well, we got.
Can you please come out?
Hey, be respectful.
No, you can take it.
I was trying to go to the basement. I didn't know I was going to.
It's actually incredible how unlikable this woman is. A just normal person coming out of the elevator doing normal activities, and she yells at them to get out. Like, what the fuck? How can someone possibly be this much of an insufferable piece of shit? It's actually impressive.
That was kind of rude.
I am rude. I'm sorry.
That lady did nothing to you.
I'm a surgeon.
What?
I'm a surgeon. I am. So I'm very particular. So
What does that have to do with yelling at a lady?
I'm sorry.
Now she's saying that she's a surgeon. She just randomly blurts out that she's a surgeon. It's like a child when they're like making up a story when playing pretend, like SpongeBob and SquarePants in that box of imagination. That's her whole brain. I'm spitting. I'm actually spitting. That's how disgusted this woman makes me. She can't stop lying for even a second, and she can't stop being a piece of shit to people around her. And like the officer's even telling her, like, that was rude. Like, this was just a person using this elevator, and now you're yelling at them. And she's like, I'm a surgeon! I'm a surgeon! I'm a surgeon! I like things to be particular. And I'm like, what? What does that have to do with anything?
I do stuff very particular. Like, I do brain surgery.
Okay, let's take a left.
So it's very particular.
So does that mean you can be an asshole to people?
I don't deal with people. So it's like I deal with digging in people's brains and digging in. I'm sorry. That's what I do. You dig in, you go and deep 5, and that's it.
Brain surgeon.
I like how she almost tried to drop some kind of scientific terms like, well, brain surgery, you see, it's actually very complicated, and it's why I'm a little particular about things. I don't deal with people, I'm dealing with brains. You know, you have to go D5. You know, knight to d5, you know, you saw it in Harry Potter when they're playing wizard's chess, like, you guys wouldn't get it. I won't bore you with the jargon that you couldn't possibly understand with your tiny, feeble minds. Just know that because I'm a brain surgeon, it gives me the right to yell at people. And it gives me the right to call police departments 20 times a night reporting false crimes because, well, it's what I like to do as a brain surgeon.
You're lying, and you use me as a f***ing scapegoat under the bridge. You guys were harassing me under the bridge, and there was no cameras under there, and you guys were harassing me and me under the bridge.
She also left like a big bag of beer in front of someone's door and...
Let's just... What's up?
You guys me in the elevator.
Okay.
Yep.
We have body cameras.
And I have marks.
We have body cameras, and if you want to...
And so do I.
If you want to file a false police report, we can go down that road.
You're lying!
Her next series of lies isn't nearly as humorous as her brain surgeon storyline, where, you know, she received a lobotomy, thus she thinks she's a brain surgeon now or whatever. This one, she starts to try and spin a false rape accusation about how they were raping her on the elevator and under a bridge.
And what they did to me, how they raped me.
Nobody's gonna... We're just having to exit the car.
Yep, and how they raped me.
Nelly, let's go.
Yep, how he raped me and how this guy raped me. And this guy raped me. What is your name? Stop! I'm talking too loud, you raped me! I'm talking too loud, you raped me!
Ashley.
You raped me! He raped me! He raped me! He did! This guy! This guy raped me!
She now embarks on the Screaming Gambit. This is a pretty advanced maneuver you don't see executed super often, never to any degree of success, where the person just then starts screeching and squealing. And it's what she does for the rest of the video. So she's still screaming that they raped her when there is body cam footage to prove that did not happen. That is a blatant lie. All she does is endlessly lie. It's craziness. And that is a awful thing to be lying about. And she's screaming it, and I think the idea was to try and like incite anger, to have like maybe people come in and like, I don't know, push over the officers to save her or something. I don't know what she's even trying to do with that accusation when there's clearly evidence that proves contrary. I think it's to try and like get out of the arrest. I don't really know, but it is unhinged lunacy.
Ashley, turn back around. Ashley, get back on the bench. Ashley, you need to sit on the bench right now.
When she eventually does get to the station, she lets out her best Joker laugh that she can muster. And to her credit, it's a pretty maniacal, cartoonishly evil laugh that she pulled off. It's pretty impressive.
Stand up.
Ow! Now you broke my arm!
Sit.
Now you broke my arm!
Ashley, you need to sit down.
You broke my arm! Ow!
Ashley, you need to sit up.
Lord have mercy on all the poor souls that were watching this with headphones on. They're no longer with us. So she's now claiming they broke her arm when they went over to try and get her to sit up. They didn't actually even lift her, by the way. The second they like touched her, then she started saying that they broke her arm. Another bogus baloney fib here. Liar, liar, plants for hire. Holy cannoli. And now she is absolutely wailing. She is sounding like a Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare. She sounds like if Toucan Sam ate a ghost pepper.
No! No, you broke my arm! You broke my arm! You did! You broke my arm!
I did not break your
You
arm.
broke my arm! Why are you hurting me?
If you sit forward, I won't
Don't
touch you.
touch me!
Do you have an NCIC for swatting?
Oh God. Fucking swatting. You guys are so fucking stupid. Swatting. Ow!
Ashley, you need to sit up.
She goes on and on and on and on and on. It sounds like the screaming goat meme. So that's kind of where that concludes, but she did receive some charges for it, but really got let off super easy. She, I think, only spent like 6 months in jail for blatant swatting, and she should be counting her lucky stars that they didn't try and pursue some kind of false rape accusation charges as well. I don't know if that's something they even could do, but I'm surprised they didn't try. Like, this really could have been a lot worse for Ashley. Swatting is something that is extremely serious. So she got let off very easily. And man, what a fucking nuisance she is. Holy. That's really about it. So yeah. I've made quite a lot of content covering fast food freakouts where entitled stupid customers have an absolute meltdown and go on a rampage over trivial problems with their order. And they range from like goofy and silly to downright sad and tragic. Like the time a guy shot 2 Subway workers, killing one of them because they put too much mayonnaise on his sandwich. This evil, smooth-brain idiot actually took someone's life because they went a little heavy on a condiment. Jesus Christ. Mayonnaise may not be an instrument, but it was a death sentence for this worker, unfortunately. It's beyond tragic, and what's even sadder is just how common these kind of responses are in the fast food industry. That is far from the only case of someone losing their life to something super stupid like too much mayonnaise. And I know I've talked about that story in particular before and many others like it, and today I want to talk about another situation that happened a couple days ago, and this one has a whole video for it. And this video is shocking. Like, this is more shocking than the Into a Darman film. It had my eyes wider than the first time I gazed upon a bare breast. It has so much going on over something so little. So I'll quickly give you the lore here, the motivation behind what you're about to see, so you can watch this video in a pure state of bewilderment over the reaction to something so insignificant. A customer goes into a restaurant late a couple nights ago and he orders chicken and waffles as well as fish and coleslaw. He is served and even appreciates the food, he eats it, and then leaves. He comes back 45 minutes later and says he actually wanted chicken wings instead of chicken tenders, and demands that they whip him up a fresh batch of chicken wings in order to satiate his gluttony. Well, the store's 5 minutes to closing, and they say that's not really, on the table here. That's not really in the cards. We're about to close, so we can't do that. The person in charge of the restaurant even offers a refund, which is beyond generous. This guy's a fucking saint. To even be offering a refund, even though he ate what he ordered and then came back to make a big hullabaloo over nothing. So he offers the refund, and then just asks for the card that was used to pay for it, so that way he could, give the money back. However, he noticed that there was a bag with chicken wings in it, but it was another customer's order whom was going to be served those chicken wings. And this fucking sets him off and leads to everything you're about to see in this video. I know the story I just told you is riveting. It's like a fucking Dr. Seuss book. And it actually happened. That is the motivation from everything I've read on the story behind this huge blow up here. Obviously, we're coming into the action after the first quarter here, so they're already in a bit of a scuffle. So we get to see him like lunging over the counter multiple times, grabbing like the payment processing unit, like fucking ripping it off, and then when he's unsuccessful there and falls off the counter, he runs to the door and rips it off the hinges. This man came in here with stupid strength, so he takes the door, rips it off the hinges almost effortlessly, as if he was like ripping a piece of paper. I imagine it had to just be all of the adrenaline because he's not that big of a guy, so he probably tore like half of his muscles in his arms just pulling that off so easily. Or maybe this is just how he powers up, like Popeye with his spinach. This guy, when he doesn't get his chicken wings, he goes into like fucking Superman mode. He becomes like some kind of invincible fucking Hulk.
Shit got real.
Now the restaurant worker is fighting back. He brings out like some kind of police baton, almost. I don't exactly know what it is, but he's got the stick out now, and he's ready to get a little crazy with it. So he chases him out there and starts like whacking him with it like he's swatting a fly. The goofball customer also tries to use that door he ripped off as some kind of weapon, so he tries to like almost swing it like a baseball bat there for a second before realizing it was way too heavy for that, and also the guy hits him with the stick, and then they go to the ground, so we get into the ground and pound phase of the boss fight.
Oh, my style. He didn't know. Oh, he did not do that. Oh. Oh. Dash.
The restaurant worker won on the ground game, I believe, and then even gets to claim his prize of the douchebag's phone, so he takes it and smashes it. Much to the dismay of the camera guy, he seemed like personally offended that this fucking asshole's phone got smashed. The way he acts makes it sound like he's stunned that such a dishonorable move was pulled during such an honorable fight. He's like, oh my goodness, now you've crossed a line. Everything up until this point was all good manners and by the book, textbook Knight's Honor Code, and then you go and smash his phone. A despicable display of sportsmanship. Like, what the fuck? The dude deserved to have his phone smashed, bare minimum, at the very least. Like, that was absolutely par for the course. And that's not where this stops. There's no audio here, so I'll just go ahead and tell you what you're looking at. It is the fucking guy crashing his company tow truck into the building and then scooting away. So he zooms on out of there, peels out. Now, of course, I'm no expert here, but using the company car to commit a crime is probably a pretty fucking dumb idea. Not that he was making good decisions before then either, but that has to be one of the most identifiable things you could possibly be driving in order for people to track you down. The fucking company tow truck, of all things. And he blasts it into the side of the building here, and then gets out. He gets the fuck out. What's crazy, though, is that he still hasn't been found. Despite the company tow truck being identified, the actual person, has still, as of right now of me recording this, hasn't been arrested for it or anything. How is that possible? There's a lot of damage to the tow truck itself, and I don't think he owns the business, because if he did, I doubt he'd be using his fucking tow truck as a goddamn missile. Like, whoever owns that business should have probably noticed by now that, wow, this tow truck's pretty fucked up. Well, what happened to it? And then, dots start getting connected, like, holy shit, my employee is that absolute menace that was just on the news for crashing a tow truck into the side of a restaurant. Well, not even the side, into the front door of a restaurant. Like, I don't know how we're at this stage where this guy is still getting away with it 2 days later.
The customer ripped the door off its hinges,
grabbing the door, trying to come inside the store with the door.
They tussled outside the restaurant before the angry customer ran, but it wasn't over yet.
He jumped in his tow truck, then he slashed the whole building with his truck.
We're living in a day and age where we can get multiple angles of pretty much anything that happens out in the world, so we get a deeper look at what happens outside of the store here, as well as seeing the entire situation with the tow truck going right into the building. We've got, the Instagram angle from just boots on the ground guy who's there in person filming it on his phone, and then we have the security camera footage in order to give us the other side here, so we can catch every little detail, which is fantastic, very cinematic. And I think the coverage here is very important because it does point out exactly what I just said about the company tow truck, but it sheds more light on exactly how he's evading authorities right now, and it's very surprising.
It appears there was a passenger in the truck at the time, and despite the heavy damage to the front end, the angry customer drove away. Now, the truck had a logo on it, a solid lead, right?
The towing truck companies, sometimes they lent their trucks to each other.
So, he says police told him that doesn't identify the driver.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't have the driver's name on the side of the truck or anything. It's not like he had a flag that he was flying that said, here's who I am, or anything. But if you do a little, investigating, I feel like it should be easy, right? There'd be a paper trail of lending a fucking tow truck to another tow truck company or another person, right? There would absolutely be some kind of documentation on where this tow truck went if it was lent out. At least I would assume. Again, I'm not a fucking expert, but I can't imagine it's that difficult. That is one of the most fucking identifiable things he could have been driving. Like, it really can't be that hard to figure out where this tow truck came from, who lent it, and who did it get lent to. It should be a pretty easy trail to follow, I would guess. But maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking about it too naively. That's very possible as well. But this is just such a fucking wild situation all over chicken wings. Well, and it's not like he didn't get served food either. Like it's not even that he's hangry, right? It's not even like it's not you when you're hungry type situation. The dude ate a full meal, chicken tenders, waffles, fish, and coleslaw, but then wanted wings instead. So he already had a full tummy. His belly was stuffed, but he just wanted some more, and they were like, hey man, it's about to close. How about no? And that's what set all this shit off. Fucking wildness. And what's even wilder is not too long ago we had another situation where a woman crashed her car into a Popeyes because they were missing the biscuits from her order. So she threw her life away over some missing biscuits. There's no video footage of this one that exists. However, in my head, I picture it like Gears of War 3 when Dom crashes his vehicle into like the explosive shit that destroys some of the locusts. Like she just leans her head back, like as she's about to crash into the restaurant, and she just thinks to herself, this is worth it. The biscuits are worth it. As it all just fucking explodes in front of her here at the fucking Popeyes where she's crashing her car into because of the biscuits being absent. Point is, fast food work is dangerous. All types of unhinged lunatics enter these establishments and go berserk. And this is just another case of that happening, and this one just happened to have video footage around it, so I wanted to talk about it a bit. That's really about it. I'm wishing the best for the restaurant workers as well as just the entire establishment. Hopefully it can get back to 100% soon, and whoever was responsible for it gets held accountable. That's about it. See ya. We're talking about something very serious today. Throughout the video, you're going to see my shirt changes. It's not some kind of like crazy, wacky, magic trick from America's Got Talent or anything. I actually filmed this video earlier this morning when the story first broke. It's the killing of Alex Preddy in Minnesota at the hands of border agents. And I made the video, but I was pretty heated and I wanted to kind of simmer down and take a break, so I went out before posting it. I just got home, and now even more angles and videos have been released that show beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is a 100% unjustified killing of an American citizen here. And it seems like the execution stems from them finding out that he had a gun on his person. His Second Amendment rights. In all of the videos that exist, there is not a single moment where he is reaching for the gun, brandishing it, threatening with it, or anything at all, and we have video that shows the entire interaction from start to finish. His name was Alex Preddy, a 37-year-old nurse who worked in the ICU at Minneapolis VA healthcare system, and according to the police chief, he is a U.S. citizen with no prior interactions with law enforcement outside of a couple of traffic tickets, and believed to be a lawful gun owner with a permit to carry. So for him to lose his life being shot multiple times by these agents, all because of him exercising his Second Amendment rights, which again, he wasn't trying to use as an intimidation tactic on the officers or anything like that. When they were beating him on the ground, pistol whipping him on the ground, they happened to see that he had a gun, apparently. He wasn't throwing it at them as like a threat or something, or brandishing it or anything. He simply had it on him, which he was well within his right to do, and he got murdered for it. This is completely unacceptable, and the fucking drones that are somehow like parading around like this is some kind of victory or something is sickening. It should be viewed as treasonous by any real Americans when you see this footage. And they had the gall to say that Alex Preddy was like the instigator, labeling him a domestic terrorist I saw from a couple of places, claiming that he approached these agents with a 9mm. He approached them with a gun looking to start shit. But that is not true. In all of the videos you see, he has a phone in his hands. Not a gun in his hands, he has a phone in his hands. No sane person would ever mistake a phone for a gun. This is blatantly obvious what they're trying to do. And it's something they've been doing a lot recently. Trying to tell you that what you're seeing isn't real. Trust their words, not your eyes. That is completely fucking outrageous, and people are willingly doing it. That's the craziest part. There are people that are like, oh, I saw he had his phone, but if they say it was a gun, well, that must have been a gun. I cannot believe we've reached this level of brainwashing. There are so many angles of this, and in every single one of them, you can see he has his phone in his hand, and at no point during this interaction did he ever, pull a gun on them or anything. And in fact, in one of the angles, you can even clearly see that the agents actually took the gun from him prior to him being shot. You can actually see what looks to be one of the agents disarming him, taking the gun out of its holster and running away with the gun prior to him being shot. And if that wasn't definitive, there is something even more clear that I think is completely irrefutable for anyone that's actually looking. An agent takes Alex's gun out of its holster in front of the agent that pulls out his gun and shoots him. So he can see the gun has been taken out of the holster. And it is clear Alex Preddy has both hands on the ground. He does not have a gun in them. And an agent reaches in and takes it out of the holster right before another agent pulls out his firearm and shoots him in the back. Just in case you somehow missed it, look, the agent in gray has his hand on Alex's weapon, which is still holstered. It was never unholstered. This agent takes it out of its holster before he runs away with it, and the officer right next to him is the one that pulls out his gun and shoots him. And now I want to show you the clearest video that shows everything that happened here and how it doesn't go how the authorities are saying that it did. That was Alex Preddy you saw walk by the camera right there. He has his phone in his hand, and then with his other hand, his open hand, no gun in it, is waving cars through. There is clearly no brandishing of a firearm here. He is not approaching agents with a gun or anything like that, and you will never see anything even remotely close to that happen.
Go! What the fuck is wrong with you?
In this section, you can again see Alex Preddy has his phone in his hand, and now he's trying to get some of the civilians away from these fucking worms that are now starting to push them. And then one of them got pepper sprayed, and then he got pepper sprayed as well. And when he gets pepper sprayed, you can see his hand shoots in the air like a student about to try and ask the teacher a question. It is a wide open palm. There's no weapon in that hand, and in his other hand is still the phone. There is no gun anywhere here. And now this is when he starts getting beaten by the multiple officers there.
The fuck, people! The fuck is wrong with you? Honestly!
I'm gonna stop the video right here because this is when Alex Preddy gets shot to death. This fucking subhuman coward, you can see, pulls out his firearm and shoots him in the back, and then shoots him multiple times after as Alex Preddy lies on the ground. You can hear one of the agents says gun, and that's when this brain-dead troglodyte pulls out his firearm and starts shooting into Alex while he was still surrounded by his boys, mind you. This is like the antithesis to all training that agents go through, by the way, to shoot into a suspect while still being surrounded by authorities. You're going to get your own people shot too, by the way, you fucking moron, you unbelievable homunculus. So he immediately starts dumping into Alex because someone said gun. But the gun, from the other angles we can see, had already been taken away from Alex, out of his holster. You can see one of the other agents running away with it. But again, he was never brandishing this firearm. And as an American citizen with Second Amendment rights, and a lawful gun owner by all available information, he was allowed to have that gun on his person. It is not grounds to execute a man because you fucking freaked out and panicked because the guy you were beating and pistol whipping with fucking 5 of your friends happened to be armed. He wasn't using it to try and like shoot anyone here or threaten them. They saw the gun and then this guy just freaked out and murdered him. Shot him multiple times. This is indefensible. Completely indefensible. And the fact that they even took him to the ground in the first place and started beating him, with one guy pistol whipping him, by the way. In other angles, you can see a guy just like pistol whipping him like he's trying to hammer a nail in with his gun. Like, it should have never even been acceptable for that to happen. All Alex Preddy was doing was filming, and then when some civilians started getting pushed, he tried to help. And when one got pepper sprayed, he tried to help. From all available angles and evidence and videos here, it seems to be that's all he was doing. He even made an effort to try and show that he's not like a threat or something. Like he threw his arm in the air, wide open, nothing in his hand or anything. He wasn't fighting back against the officers. He got taken to the ground and then immediately started getting beaten. Like, all because he was fucking filming and trying to help other people around there, it seems. This is so fucking sickening. And the freaks that are cheering this on and parading around like this is something to be celebrated are just scum. You're not even American. You're a fucking drone if you actually think this is a good thing. All you care about is just like sucking wiener from the authorities now all of a sudden. You care more about just being on a team than you do thinking for yourself. It's fucking tragic. It is embarrassing. This is crazy now that I'm seeing people justify this guy's murder because he had a weapon. Wake the fuck up. This is America. You can carry weapons. I sometimes carry a gun in public. I have friends who every day carry. It is your right as an American to carry a firearm if you so choose. That is not grounds for a murder. And based on all of the video footage, all of the available evidence, this guy was not brandishing it or anything like that. Thus, he wasn't threatening anyone or about to shoot someone with it, so they had to kill him to stop him. That doesn't seem to be the case. They're now just using the fact that he had a gun as a justification to kill him. That should be extremely alarming to anyone who cares about 2A. Like, again, him having it should not be an issue. And any real, actual American, like a real patriot, should be arguing for his right to carry, because it is something that we have the right to do, and that should not be a justification for this man being killed by these agents. This point that they're trying to beat into the empty minds of a lot of people that are trying so hard to justify it is that the only people being arrested and targeted by ICE are rapists and pedophile illegal aliens, which is just not the case. There definitely have been rapists and pedophiles that have been snatched up in all of this, and those rapists and pedophiles that have been caught and taken away, that's good. They shouldn't be out there breathing the free air. Great. But that's not all that's happening here. You could also right now march into the White House and arrest everyone in the White House, and you would get a ton of rapists and pedophiles. Why isn't that happening? If the goal is getting rapists and pedophiles off of American soil, thrown in the slammer, taking them away from society, why is it only just walking through the fucking streets of Minnesota trying to do it? You would get significantly more rapists and pedophiles if you took ICE and brought them to the White House. An administration is actively covering up a massive child sex trafficking operation and letting tons of evil people get away with this, tons of clients. So if the goal is to get this kind of evil out of this country, why would you not start with what is provably a spot that has so many of them? Also, that belief of like a secret pedophile ring was a very popular one among Trump voters for the longest time. And now that it has been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt to be real, legitimate reality, they are now just ignoring it. They have been proven correct that there was a huge pedophile ring of these powerful politicians, but because some of their favorite politicians are potentially wrapped up in it, they just want to drop it and forget about it. Absolutely unhinged, by the way. It's crazy. So many people for the longest time were adamant against like government surveillance and Big Brother watching them being a huge concern. Now, plenty of people are welcoming it with open arms and a huge smile on their face. For the longest time, people would be preaching about the importance of the Second Amendment and gun rights. And now, even with this, they're saying, well, he had a gun, which means that's an executable offense. So it seems like they now no longer believe in Americans' right to own guns or carry guns, which was a core component of like the right for a long time, where there was like this big fear about they're coming for our guns. And now the same people that were arguing like to protect that are now arguing against it, saying, well, this guy deserved to die because he had a gun with him. It's a fundamental right of Americans to have guns, gun ownership. You can carry them in public too. Like that, you shouldn't be killed for that. And in the footage here, it doesn't seem like he was brandishing it or anything. And also, the same people that only like a year and a half ago were constantly telling you to question the government, that you can't trust anything that comes out of the government, the authorities always lying to you, are now just willingly, blindly, unquestioningly following anything authorities tell them to believe in, and shut out any and all thought and just have the hive mind think for them. It is crazy because it seems like the only actual belief of some of these fucking brainwashed drones is relentless cock gobbling. All they want to do is swallow boots and penis from the government. So if the administration or the news, which they used to hate the news, but now that the news just parrots points from big government that they like to clap their hands at like seals, they now just trust all of it all of a sudden, even though there's been no big change with these mainstream media outlets, by the way, that they used to not trust only a year and a half ago. But now, anytime they hear something from the news or anything that comes from the government, they will just immediately accept without a second thought, and then attack anyone else that is saying differently, or even just probing them to maybe think a little bit more about the narratives. Keep in mind, the government themselves are currently not even complying with their own laws that Trump has signed, like the Epstein Transparency Act, where the DOJ is still putting up a fight and are over a month late to compliance with releasing the Epstein files. They are still fighting tooth and nail to not release them, and even recently, only a week ago, outright said maybe there's no court that can force them to order this. They didn't even say maybe. I gave them a very charitable thing right there. They actually said courts can't force them to do this, and that if they don't comply, there's nothing anyone can do. They can't be sued. If the DOJ doesn't comply, go fuck yourself, pussy. That's basically their sentiment. They are not complying with their own fucking laws, and yet people are still willing to overlook that in order to just keep like playing for the same team. It's like it's a competition to see who can think the least and who can regurgitate enough from the hive mind to be like the biggest super fan of their side. It's fucking despicable. It's actually crazy. This is real sheep behavior. I know a lot of these people like to say sheep, sheep, sheep for the longest time, but now they are actually the epitome of that. Here's just a little thought experiment if you can break through the programming for a second. Imagine what's happening in Minnesota was happening under Obama or Biden, where there were masked agents that were constantly surveilling you, and even at times asking for your papers, your documents to prove you're an American citizen, constantly needing to provide your private information to these masked agents. And these agents also had killed 2 American citizens. What do you think your response would be? Would you be like, oh yes, please, everyone needs to comply with this. This is good. This is what I want. This is what I look for in Obama or Biden. This is what I'm happy about. Would you be as excited then as you are now in that scenario? My guess would be probably not, because you would rightfully view this as an infringement on your rights as an American. Your Second Amendment right, where apparently even carrying a gun now is a crime punishable by death. Like, this isn't something anyone should be championing for, but because it's become such like a team-focused sport, people delude themselves into thinking that they have to support this, and thus they will abandon all of their beliefs in order to stay on this side. It's crazy to me. I truly don't even know what the solution here is, because people are just willingly, on their own accord, no longer trusting what they see and what they know to be true. They would rather just have the government tell them what to think and what's true. So that way they don't have to do any level of thought for their own. How do you fix that? I genuinely do not know. I have no idea. I don't know how you can watch this footage and multiple angles of this situation and still come out trusting the government's word on the series of events that unfolded when you can yourself watch the footage and prove them false. What do you do to someone that just refuses to at least try and see things clearly? I don't know. But it's fucking tragic, and it's only getting worse. It is so fucking out of control. I had to yap about this. I've been actually fuming all day. So yeah, that's really about it. So yeah. You guys know me. I love a good freak out where someone completely fails to control their emotions and makes an absolute fool out of themselves in public. But you know what I love more than that? A good story. But what happens when a good story meets a good public meltdown? You get a piece of art. Something that not even Leonardo da Vinci could paint. He couldn't portray such beauty. And today I'm happy to say we were blessed with this perfect storm. We got an absolutely wonderful apocalyptic explosion in public over nothing, and an incredible narrative to accompany it.
Do you have a vagina?
I don't know. That's kind of my business. Do you?
Do you have a vagina? I couldn't imagine a stronger intro. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was my dog. She just scared me. She must have been having a dream and kicked my chair. I thought for sure an earthquake had just hit Florida. Wow. Alright, now that my heart rate's come down after that jump scare, what I was saying is this is one of the finest beginnings to any fairy tale I've ever heard. Like, imagine if Harry Potter had started with a question like this: do you have a vagina? It immediately sets the tone for the rest of this video here.
You don't need to be asking this person. Yeah, that's a weird thing to ask.
You're the one asking me what gender I am.
I didn't ever ask you that.
You're asking my pronouns.
I didn't ask that either.
Do I look like a man?
I don't know what you look like.
Do I sound like a man?
Maybe, I don't know.
There's a lot to unpack here, so let's pour some milk on this cereal. The lady on the street is accusing the person filming of asking her pronouns or something, which apparently never happened. The context for what led up to this is this lady who's on the street right now causing a bit of a ruckus. She was eating at this restaurant and then claimed that the restaurant served her cat meat instead of chicken. So naturally she was outraged. I don't know what the restaurant was, but the only place I could imagine serving you cat meat is Burger King, and it would probably be better than their normal menu. So she's upset, thinking that she didn't get the chicken she had rightfully paid for, and she's making a big hoopla about it. Apparently she had threatened to go get assault rifles, which I imagine is implying she'll come shoot up the place. She was also apparently throwing things at the window of the restaurant, which is when this person started filming this freakout. And that's where we're coming in here into the story. So we're already in like Act 2 of this play, but now you know what led up to this moment. I also forgot to mention that shortly before recording, she was allegedly throwing around slurs as well. Now I'd like to focus a bit on when she says, "Do I sound like a man?" Because she does something very interesting here, and I don't know if you caught it. I'll play it again.
Do I look like a man?
I don't know what you look like.
Do I sound like a man?
Maybe, I don't know.
When she says, "Do I sound like a man?" she does it in a goofy accent that sounds like a Scottish professor. I don't know why. I guess some wires got crossed in her brain or something, or perhaps she really believes that every man sounds like a distinguished Scottish gentleman. But it is such a beautiful, like, flair to her sentence that I couldn't help but point it out.
Do I stand like a man?
What does a man stand like? Oh, then I guess no.
This is my favorite part. Do I stand like a man? And then she strikes this ballet recital pose. She gets into like this wide stance. It looks like she's about to go into an improper deadlift. These kind of reminds me of like when kangaroos flex. You know, where they throw their arms out and you see like all their bicep veins and shit like that? It's the same pose. Yeah, don't mind me. Just a dude posting up, just standing like a man. Because that's how all men stand. I've never seen a human being stand that way, let alone just some guy. I don't know what's going on here. It's like a video game NPC that's starting to malfunction here. Like her animations are getting messed up, so her idle animations all kind of like janky. It's just a wild ride. And I've seen a few people talk about it, and they've said that this may have been like mental illness or something, and it's impossible to know for sure. But I've seen a lot of freakouts. I wouldn't necessarily call myself an expert, but I'm not far off from my degree either in analyzing meltdowns, I'd speculate. So I'll go ahead and pass my professional opinion here. I think that this is probably substance-induced. I've seen a lot of these kind of things, and they all have one thing in common. Typically, some sort of substance leads to an outburst like this. So that's my little armchair analysis here. But again, I don't know for sure, and if it is mental illness related, hopefully she gets the help she needs. But threatening to bring assault rifles to shoot up the place is not acceptable under any circumstance, nor is throwing rocks at the place and throwing around a lot of slurs.
Yeah, record me. Are you recording? You sneaky bitch. Are you fucking recording me right now?
I'm holding my phone.
Okay, good. Call 911.
They're already on the way.
Perfect. Can't wait to talk to the officer. Ah! Stop! Oh, stop! Stop! Fuck you! Fuck you guys! Ah!
You've gotta love a happy ending. I want to give massive props to the person filming this. They did an amazing job. The conversation that they engaged on, like that back and forth, seemed like something out of a cartoon. It was so well done. They were able to respond to the lady's wild questions so quickly. Do I stand like a man? Strikes the pose. Well, no, I guess not in that case. Just really impressive stuff, and I love this cut from can't wait for the cops to get here to being arrested. Like, you couldn't draw it up any better than that. So, to give a little context what happened here, after the initial, back and forth and the do I stand like a man and her fucking going hog wild on that pose, she left and then came back, but this time was a little more combative. The cops were called, cops arrived, and she was arrested. I don't know exactly what led to the arrest, because typically what would happen in a case like this is the cops just tell her to get out of here, scram, skedaddle. I'm assuming she got very combative with the officers as well. So, pretty rough set of circumstances, but I don't think the person filming did anything wrong. Threatening to shoot up the restaurant and throwing rocks at it, that's definitely grounds to at least, getting the authorities there to say, hey, no, please leave. At the very least. Now, this is where the story wraps up. There's still a few plot holes here that I don't have the answer to. Whether or not the restaurant was actually serving cat meat remains to be seen. I'm sure there will be a thorough investigation after she files her claim on it. I would venture a guess saying that probably not. I think it'd be a lot harder to get cat meat than it would be just to get chicken in the first place. Like, you can find chicken everywhere now. You can fucking find chicken in a dumpster outside. I could throw a rock right now and probably hit a giant chicken breast. It's just so readily available. Whereas cat meat, it seems a little bit harder to source. So, I wasn't there. I didn't taste it. And even if I did, I don't know if I'd be able to identify the taste of cat over chicken. My palate's not that fine-tuned. So we don't know for sure whether or not it was cat or chicken. I'm going to go ahead and throw my hat in here and say it was probably chicken. Thus, I don't think there was any reason for this giant meltdown in the first place. There's so few instances of a justified public freakout where I'm actually rooting for the person going ballistic. Most of the time it's just a minor inconvenience that gets blown way out of proportion by somebody. But the ones where I do root for the person going wild are the ones where it's like in court and the person who murdered a family member or did something heinous to a family member gets beat up by that family, or somebody like goes after them and gets a few rogue punches in before the cops separate them. I'm always pumping my fist saying, you know what, great. But aside from those extreme cases, it's never worth embarrassing yourself like this in public at all. Anyway, I just wanted to share this one with you because I found it to be an entertaining, short, little freak out, and that's really about it. So yeah. Gamer Rage. Anyone see this video? I saw it floating around Twitter, but I didn't watch the whole thing. There's apparently 2 parts to it. Now, from what I understand, this Gamer Rage was so intense that the kid actually got kicked out of his college for it, but I don't know if that's confirmed. So let's do a little research now. Collegiate Call of Duty player reportedly banned for behavior in viral clip. Oh, he got kicked out of the college esports program, I guess. Q confirmed with .esports that Miami University banned him for trash-talking another team at an event breaking the university guidelines. They also issued a statement confirming Q breached their agreement and saying the correct course of action was taken. So his name is Q? That's fucking awesome. That's like straight out of 007. The guy that used to make all the gadgets for him. God, it's so nostalgic. It's so fucking nostalgic. I love that the guy stands up so calmly. Like it's just all business. So slow, looking like Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3, and then he lets the demon out. Fuck yeah. That's how we fucking do it. That's Miami University, baby. Hey, who said you suck? That's going too far. I love the voice cracks. I think no gamer rage is complete without like going full dolphin at least once with a wild voice crack. This is a little underwhelming. The voice crack isn't extreme enough. It didn't get the correct octaves, but I love that it's still an attempt. So there's a bit of a squeak in there, like a stepping on a dog toy, but just not enough to get the full dolphin effect. But it's still pretty good. Ain't no way they're college kids. Oh, they absolutely are. No doubt. It's fake as fuck. How, what do you mean? It's just gamers getting mad. And this kid got banned from his college team. I don't think it's fake. Why is everyone so quick to call things fake when they're just blatantly not? By just calling fake to everything, it doesn't make you smarter. You just look like a fucking idiot. It's like this was just normal for back in the day for Call of Duty tournaments. So I don't think there's a world where this is fake. This dude embarrassed himself and got kicked out of the University of Miami collegiate team for Call of Duty. They issued a statement or something. Like, as far as tournament rage goes, this is like the most mild I've seen for Call of Duty. Part 2 is on TikTok. Ugh. Or is this just a different angle?
You paid $8.50 a night to send me shitters. Shut the fuck up. On the scoreboard, so. Oh, hey, where's the owner at? This is the second time you have sent a team to Florida to lose to me. You wasted
and now spit. Spit on him. Spit on him.
My talents in the college league right now, too.
Okay, good voice crack. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Oh, this is the original. Okay, is that it? Just got banned from my school's esports program. We need more gamer rage moments. Hey, hats off to Q. Man was taking us back old school style. Bro, I can smell the room from here. I don't think Call of Duty players ever had a reputation for being stinky. Just cringe. More rage. I love gamer rage. Give me a good one. Here, how about this? We'll just go back in here and see what we got. Well, this is underwhelming. This is very calm. Punch a hole in the wall. Alright, that's better. A little fucking jump scare there, I guess, for the viewers at home. Damn, this guy is having a rough time here. Okay. That's a little something. Not enough.
I don't want to be done, bro. Like this the only.
Whoa! That's full caveman.
The only fucking way, man.
Wait just a patty flipping minute there, sports fans. That was pretty good. That was like 18 consecutive slam and jams. And he even has that punching bag. What do they call these ones? The bob punching bag? What are they? Forgot what they're called. Now you bore witness to the demon.
On, bro.
Even tears up a little bit.
Like this the only.
God, that sounds so good. It's like hitting a slab of beef with a sledgehammer. 15 times? Nice. Not bad. 15 hit combo. I feel like this one's gonna be good. Oh, that's sad. Alright, I expected so much more. Alright, well, okay, calm down. Holy shit. Oh, it's this guy again. Let's go. Yeah, that one hurts the soul. This must be a common occurrence then, I guess. His slams are so textbook, like it actually just sounds like stock sound effects.
No, regular.
Safety on!
That was not even like rage at all. What do you? Why is that here? Nice. Pretty good, pretty good. That's such a universal reaction to getting mad at a game, is just slamming the desk with like a hammer fist. Anyone remember this iconic moment in esports history?
Okay, well, which one of the other players on the other team would you say are your biggest competition in this game?
No one, bitch.
God, it's so fucking good.
Well, you have lost 3 matches.
So
in a row.
tough.
So that kind of makes you the underdogs in this game, right?
Yeah, we were only like warming up until now.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, this is the...
What a long meme. He just had that really cool line in his head, like, I'm fearless. The only man I fear is God, and even he doesn't make me that afraid. No one. Bitch. Like right out of the Key and Peele sketch, when they say like bitch behind their wives' back really softly. And then drinking from an empty can because he gets nervous and scared afterwards. The can's very much empty. It's perfect. It's perfect. He regretted it the second it came out. He started regretting it before it came out. His heart is pounding right now.
In this game.
No one, bitch.
Yeah. We've all been there where you say something and immediately regret it. The bitch is like an accident, yeah. Emo nerd smashes his room playing Step Mania. What a title. It sounds like one of those old fake videos. It absolutely is. 12 years ago, this shit is definitely going to be fake. I actually researched this story. It's real. Alright, we'll see. Ooh! Friday Night Funkin'. Oh, that is good. I found the rage.
Fucking what to do with this monitor. God, like...
Well...
I can't get a comfortable spot for my right hand. At all. Like,
it was like he was a bully throwing the new recruit up against the lockers in the locker room.
The wall behind my fucking computer wasn't broke till I got this monitor. Now it's completely fucked to shit.
Yeah, the monitor really ruined that wall. Oh, speaker's in the way.
Fuck out of here.
Okay, yep, get that shit out. The speakers are just being real assholes. There's still a speaker on the desk. Get that shit out. Oh, nice. That should help. There we go.
Oh! Yeah, look what I did. Oh, fucking well.
We have plenty of space to run it, I'd say.
Looks like I'm retired.
Well, I mean, not forever. You can get another monitor. But it might be best if you did. For your own mental health and, like, the safety of all drywall.
Video. Now I'm permanently playing Setmania. You know, got my fucking life bar, score, made a fire, key setup or some shit. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Is your one Joanna?
Shortcuts or some
Joanna in the Prime Goof?
Let's post this fucking video.
Why?
Yeah. Fucking awesome. Now I need a new monitor. Like, I probably shouldn't even play again, because shit like this will just happen again. Like, look, that, fucking, like,
Jesus.
The rest of my fucking room. Oh, I should probably fucking quit this game. Look, I fucking put my head through my wall.
It's like a warthog came in here and just went wild. Holy shit. And this is real? Well, I guess, I mean, the holes in the wall. There's definitely a level of self-awareness there. I don't know how he did this one, though. This one's on the ceiling. He must have like thrown his monitor up like LeBron James with the chalk before a big game. Nice. That one's like an animal cracker. Just like a hippo. So you said you researched this and it's real. Give me the backstory. Scrolled through a shit ton of old Stepmania forums to read about this. He made this video to show how much the game stresses him out and thankfully he quit for his own well-being. He did eventually come back on Twitch a few years ago though, but yeah, this was real. Yeah, posted to dig and break College Humor and Spike. What a time capsule. There's a viral video going around on the internet right now that really struck a chord within me, deep within my soul. A video that is about a short man getting very angry and he becomes a massive douchebag asshole. I'm sure most of you have seen this, but from the perspective of a short man, we're a rare breed, so I figured you'd want the unique perspective of a man who's below average male height. I'm 5'6". And one thing I'd like to say about this video before I play it for the few of you that haven't seen it, is this video is so embarrassing on this guy's part that it made me feel tall. Watching this video made me forget that I was short, and I was just laughing at this guy like, this fucking loser must suck being short. And it didn't occur to me until I went to take a shit and I looked at myself in the mirror that I was like, God damn, wait, I'm short too.
You're a great woman. Why is that okay?
You're great. Why is it okay for women to say, oh, you're 5 feet on dating sites? You should be dead? That's okay?
Who said that to you here? Nobody.
Women in general have said it on dating sites.
So you're looking at the protagonist for this new sitcom called 2.5 Hobbits. He's very upset that he's short, and allegedly, according to the girl who posted this video, this took place at a bagel shop, and he was just being misogynistic asshole to all the women, and that's when they started filming it, and he immediately starts talking about dating sites where girls make fun of him, which leads me to believe that he had just got rejected on Tinder, and Bumble, and Match, and Christian Mingle, and his favorite Twitch streamer rejected his application to be a mod, so I'm guessing just all around was a bad day, and he took it all out on women at this shop.
You think I'm making that shit up? Everywhere I go, I get the same fucking smirk with the biting lip. Shut your mouth. You're not God or my father or my boss. Dude, you want to step outside? You want to step outside? Huh? I'm not standing, pal. I'm not.
This is the highest level short man rage I've ever seen documented. This is the kind of shit you only read about on Reddit. I actually couldn't even believe that this was filmed. It's like filming Sasquatch. This is such a high level of short man rage. It's like DEFCON 3 of short man rage. It's unreal. Just looking for a fight, constantly on edge, looking to be disruptive. I wouldn't be surprised if before he even got into the bagel shop, he started sizing up a 7th grader, thinking to himself, yeah, I can take him. He may be a little taller than me, but I can definitely beat his ass. That'll impress the girls around here. But by far my favorite thing about the entire clip is the little chest bump on the guy ready to rumble. He chest bumps the dude's nutsack. This guy is so short, and the guy he's trying to tussle with is so much taller than him that when he does the little chest bump to be intimidating, his tits are rubbing the man's penis. His nipples are handshaking his scrotum.
You shut up too. Just like, no, go ahead and attack me, Jake.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I just wanted bagels. I recorded the whole thing.
The classic, what are you gonna do, stab me? Says the man who got stabbed. Hey, go ahead and attack me, as he gets fucking tackled by a dude 5 times his size, a fucking college linebacker out of nowhere. I imagine he immediately regretted that decision to try and act that tough around that guy. And the video goes on, but this is the one that's viral, but there is a follow-up to it that shows what happens after he got taken down.
Go and hit a guy 3 times my size. That's okay?
Get your food and
What happened? What I'm sorry?
Get your food and eat it.
You know what? Fuck your fucking breath.
There's no need to play.
You think that's fine? That's funny. Now I'm going to take my breakfast. You think that's funny? All you women.
What a fucking roller coaster he took us on there. First he says, fuck that bread, wants nothing to do with it, he's above that bread, an alpha male doesn't need that bread. But then Alvin and the Chipmunks start laughing at him, fucking Looney Tunes style laugh comes in, and he changes his mind immediately. You know what? Fuck you, give me that bread, bang. Snatches it up. I wish he had scarfed it down for a power move, or since he wants to really puff his chest out and be an alpha, I'm surprised he didn't drop trow and start peeing on the bread just to show his dominance over the bread. But he kind of pussies out, picks up his bread, and then goes back to just being a really huge asshole and insulting people.
All you women say shit like shit. All of you. All of you. Yeah, all of you.
You want to go.
No, you women need
He then went home to make a blog post about why nice guys like him don't get the good-looking girls in society, and it's a shame. He is a nice guy, as you can clearly tell, well-adjusted. He seems to have a good head on his very small shoulders, but I think it's really sad the lack of self-control and most likely self-awareness. I guarantee he went home thinking he did nothing wrong, and that society was just beating down the short guy again. Now, he says he's 5 feet in the video. I don't know if that was an exaggeration or if he's under 5 feet or above 5 feet and he was just exaggerating on either spectrum. Doesn't really matter. You know, there's nothing you can really do about your height. You can either be an insecure little bitch like this guy and take it out on the world, you know, shaking your fist at the clouds because you're upset that you're so goddamn short and it's unfair, or you can just live with it, fucking deal with it, and don't be such a little pussy. Have fun with it. Make jokes about it, but why act out like this at a fucking bagel shop? No one wants to be around a guy like this. But I mean, yeah, I don't really have a very super unique perspective on it. To be honest, I just kind of wanted to make jokes about this. But it really is sad that my fellow short brethren act out like this, and that's why a lot of people expect short man rage occasionally, you know? There's no reason to be this insecure about something that you just don't have control over, and that's about it. So yeah. I've used Uber and Lyft hundreds of times each, Uber more than Lyft, and I've never had a notably awful experience before. You know, I've never gotten into a car and felt unsafe. You know, I look at my driver and he's wearing like a trench coat and sharpening a hacksaw and then winks at me. I've never had like a really bad time with ride sharing. The only time it got wacky and weird was one time I took an Uber leaving the bar, and on the way home, I was convinced I was in the car with a prophet, like an angel. We were driving on the interstate, just two boys being dudes, and out of nowhere, the Uber driver pulls a prophecy out of his asshole. He said, "This guy's about to hit the median." And at first, I didn't know what he was talking about. I thought it was like a riddle that I had to solve or something to get money off of the Uber rides. I was like, oh, the answer is time, you know? But then I realized he was talking about the car in front of us, obviously. And it felt really weird to me because the car wasn't doing anything weird. We were behind them for a little while, like maybe a mile or two, and they weren't driving erratically or recklessly. They didn't look like a drunk driver or anything. And then out of nowhere, a couple of seconds after he said that, he like willed it into existence. The car swerved and scraped against the median and then tried to get back into the lane. Out of fucking nowhere. I was like, oh my god, we are living in a simulation. But yeah, that was my weirdest experience with Uber and ride sharing in general. But of course I've seen the horror stories, like the absolutely awful ones, and this is one of those. This is a pretty special one.
You know, I'm just trying to ask you to go to the speed limit is all.
I'm saying I'm gonna go.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Don't really know what's going on in her car here. She's created a little crime scene there. Like, stepping into this vehicle looks like you'd be stepping into your neighbor's shitty haunted house on Halloween. It's just really goofy looking. I don't get it. I guess it's supposed to be early Halloween decorations. She's got like a blow-up sex doll in the passenger seat. Or maybe it's there to like prevent her passengers from getting up front. Like, hey, you can't sit there. Clearly, this inflatable Mr. Krabs doll's taking that seat. So just get in the back, alright? You know, I don't even know what the fuck it is. I mean, maybe it's an inflatable clown or something. I couldn't tell you, but it's pretty weird stuff. Now what happened is the passenger asked if they could roll down the window and drive the speed limit, which I think is a pretty reasonable request because this lady's out here driving like it's Grand Theft Auto 5. I was half expecting her to try and ramp this vehicle off of a parked tow truck. She's treating it like it's Fast and Furious universe and she's trying to catch Dominic Toretto. So it's not like the passenger's being an asshole or anything, just asking, hey, can you drive the speed limit so you don't kill both of us here? And that just sets her off. She loses her goddamn mind there. Slow down! Fucking yanks on the e-brake and does a 360. Suck on this, pussy fart! You can hear, like, this tire start screeching. She completely takes her eyes off the road, turns around and starts swiping at the camera like she's a kaiju, like Godzilla trying to knock over a building. And meanwhile, the passenger's laughing the entire time. The absolute fucking dick on this man. The fucking balls of pure adamantium to laugh through an experience like this is inspiring. They could have very easily died here. The driver went feral and totally forgot they were operating a vehicle. This could have ended up like the Billy Madison scene where O'Doyle Rules just fucking shoots their car off a cliff like a missile. And meanwhile, the whole time, the guy's just giggling about it.
Alright. Well, you got to. Hey, you're gonna have to open that trunk. I'm not going anywhere until you open that trunk.
Unironically, she starts squealing. literally squealing. This is what a small dog sounds like when it's trying to intimidate a larger dog, but it's also very afraid as well. It actually sounds like somebody stepped on a toad. It is shocking that a human being can make this noise with their vocal cords. This is what it sounds like to smoke 15 packs a day.
All right. Well, you're gonna have to open that trunk.
Sorry to hit you with the surprise instant replay on the Jumbotron. It's just I'm so impressed with her ability to hit this screeching note. This is the brown note. Like, hearing that makes a human being involuntarily shit themselves. This is such an abhorrent sound. It's like someone's recorder broke, but they still desperately tried to play hot cross buns on it.
Nope. You're gonna have to get my bag out of your car. I just want my bag, man. That's all I want was my bag. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm no Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, but I'm pretty sure this is a highly illegal act here. You can't just pull over on a busy interstate and kick out the passenger, because they could easily just get hit by a car and die, and you're fully responsible for it. What a remarkably reckless decision from this asshole here. But credit where credit is due, she did slam him with a real humdinger, saying, "Fuck you and fuck your mom too." So she tossed in a "your mom" there, so she really got him. I was really hoping she'd double down and go for a D's nuts as well. Just be like, "Hey, yeah, you can you get off at the D's exit and find another Lyft. D's nutties." Then she fucking peels out, and drifts in there. But she handled herself like a professional, only sticking with a "your mother" statement as she launched his suitcase across the road.
Me too.
So she's running around barefoot like a hobbit, threatening an Uno reverse card, saying, "Well, I'm also filming everything, so that way we have two angles of how stupid I am and how reckless of a driver I am." I don't think there's any world or any multiverse out there where there's a single reality where what she was doing was justifiable. She was driving extremely fast and reckless. She turned around to swipe at the guy's phone while driving extremely fast, tires screeching, and then pulling off to the side of the road to kick him out. Pretty hard to defend stuff, I'd say. As she blasts off back onto the road, she nearly clipped the van that was next to her because she tried to get back too early, and that would have been an absolute catastrophe. Her road rage almost got even more people hurt. Then she left this guy stranded. I'm assuming he was able to find his way back to civilization after being dropped off in the middle of fucking nowhere on the interstate. And yeah, I don't really think this is the best Lyft experience. I would imagine this is at the absolute least 2 stars, I would say. It has to be. Because this was not great. This was not, spectacular service, I would argue. But at least he survived the trip. I was getting worried when she was driving the car and slamming backwards, screeching tires and shit. I thought that was just going to be the end of him. I thought we were looking at like some Blair Witch Project found footage kind of shit, but luckily everyone was okay. That's about it. So yeah. A few months ago, I watched what had to be one of the wildest encounters I've ever seen. This is a vigilante predator hunter group that was busting the person they were investigating in public. And this goes completely Insano style. It becomes cartoonish. It's almost like a Benny Hill chase scene here. I couldn't believe what was unfolding in front of me.
I am currently looking for my fiber.
Your what?
Fiber.
Fiber?
Yeah, because I gotta poop.
You gotta poop?
I'm constipated. I've been constipated.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is a very interesting tactic. This is a high-level maneuver. He is claiming that he's not there at the meat spot for a 13-year-old boy. He's there to get some fiber so he can take a shit. He's been constipated, so he's there for some poop pills. And it doesn't take some galaxy brain genius to put together the puzzle pieces here, connect the dots, and deduce that he is on meth. He's getting loopy off that poopy right now. He is high on meth, which isn't just speculation. At the end of the video, they released their entire investigation, screenshots of all the text messages that were exchanged between this guy and who he thought was a 13-year-old, and meth comes up a lot. Even right before meeting, meth was discussed. And as you can see in the title, he was arrested, and they did pretty much confirm meth was in his system.
Hey man, I can involve the police, or we can have a conversation. You want to have a conversation? Sure. Do you want to turn around and talk to me?
I gotta find this first.
Hey bro, I can call the cops right now, or we can just have a conversation.
I'm actually really constipated. Sir, please, can you actually let me get my supplements so I can actually go home, so I can poop, and actually so I can poop well?
Step 1 should have been involving the authorities the second you found a real pedophile that was trying to meet up for sex with a 13-year-old and like get them smoking meth or whatever. I don't understand why that wasn't the first thing you did. Luckily, there's spoilers in the title, so you know he does get arrested, but not for the reasons of this investigation. Some crazy shit happens towards the end. Had he involved law enforcement earlier, even from the start, I feel like this could have been far more effective. It seems like the first thing he did when he identified a real pedophile was try and figure out how to monetize it and make a viral video out of it or something. Because he gets like 2 different cameras out. He's got like the fucking Steadicam. He's got so many cameras set up. He's got like the GTA cinematic angle going on here. So it really feels like the number one concern was trying to figure out a way to monetize it. He also has like calls to action in the video to subscribe to his channel. He's got the People vs. Pred watermark. This shit is branded out of the wazoo. So it does really feel like the number one thing he was looking for here was a way of making money off of the bust, which is kind of weird. It is still good that this does lead to an arrest, but I really do wish it was handled with collaboration from the actual authorities.
Can you help me find fiber pills? Can you help me find fiber pills?
Do you want me to call the cops?
Why would you want to call the cops for me when I'm trying to find my fiber pills?
I know why you're here.
Why am I here?
To meet my 13-year-old little brother.
Who is that? I don't know who that is. Who is that? I have no clue.
Christ, where are they hiding the fiber pills in this bitch? Like, goodness gracious, are they underground? This man's out here trying to locate fiber pills, and it's like trying to find pirates' buried treasure, apparently. But anyway, you can see he's really starting to tweak quite a bit now. Things are getting escalated. The man filming is starting to call the cops, which is something I feel he should have done quite a long time ago. But we're only just beginning.
Hey buddy, is this you?
Can you please
Why do I have a picture of you? Is this
Why
you?
are you doing this to me?
Is this you? Is this a picture of you? Why do I have a picture of you?
How was this? What is it?
Why do I have a picture of you?
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Why do I have a picture? Why do I have a picture of your ass?
This
guy's here to meet a 13-year-old boy for and to give him crystal meth.
Oh my god.
Negotiations crumble, diplomacy falls, and then things really pop the fuck off. So he shows him that he has a picture of this guy's asshole, and then we enter like the DPS check of the raid boss encounter here. So now he's chasing the pedophile around while shouting he's here to meet a 13-year-old boy for sex. The predators start shouting. Everyone in the shopping center is confused and maybe even a little frightened from this sudden explosion of yelling and all of that. And we also get close-ups of the meth molester's head, and it seems like he has a lot of dandruff. Not that that has anything to do with anything at all, it just struck me as, wow, that's a lot of dandruff. So he might want to pick up a bottle of Head & Shoulders on his way back to the poopy pill aisle.
This guy right here is here to meet a 13-year-old boy and to give him crystal meth.
Please,
Okay,
sir.
what's happening?
I'm trying
Call
to
the
find
cops.
you. Do you know where the
Call the
fiber
cops.
pills are?
Call the cops. This guy's here to meet a 13-year-old boy for Don't touch me.
Sir,
Don't touch me.
Why? Stop.
Don't touch me and don't put your hands in front of my camera, bro.
Stop.
Who the f are you? Stop.
The cameraman here is really coming across like a combative asshole. Obviously, the store employee doesn't know the situation. He's not fucking omniscient. All he sees is 2 people screaming in his store while one of them has multiple cameras set up like he's out here trying to film a 360-degree music video. So he's just trying to get in the middle of this and like, hey, can you de-escalate it? You know, take it anywhere else. And for some reason, the Predator Buster is now starting to get mad at this guy who's just doing his fucking job. Like, he's done nothing wrong. He doesn't know what's happening here. He's just trying to de-escalate the situation.
This guy's here to meet a 13-year-old boy for Get in front of my camera again, bro.
Because you're not.
Get in front of my camera again.
You don't have permission to film your camera
Who
here.
the f are you? Who are you? You need to leave. Hey, buddy, get the out of my way. Get the out of my way.
Sir, you gotta leave my store.
No, I don't. Call the cops.
This guy seems like he was closer to fighting the store employee just doing his job than he was to fighting the actual pedophile that he was there to bust. This shit is crazy.
Why is this happening?
Why are you here to meet a 13-year-old boy?
Why would I do such a thing?
Then leave. Go home.
Can you let me find my fiber pills?
Oh, your fiber pills?
Where's the fiber?
Just when you thought it was starting to wrap itself up, this fucking guy goes back looking for fiber pills. He goes back to the fucking fiber pill aisle and keeps the whole song and dance going. We're in Act 2 now. It is incomprehensible, the shit that is unfolding here. I can't believe that this actually is a real thing that happened and isn't some like staged, scripted fucking piece of, I don't know, fiction. It's unbelievable.
Why are you here to meet a 13-year-old boy?
Why are you here to harass me?
Why are you here to meet a 13-year-old boy?
Are you trying to prevent me? No, I'm gonna stop.
2235. Focus. I'm a weirdo? Yeah. Why do I have a picture of his asshole if I'm a weirdo? Why do I have a picture of his face? Look at it. Why do I have a picture of his face if I'm the weirdo?
Some of the other people around him start calling him a weirdo, the guy filming, to which he takes great offense. So he goes over to prove that he's not weird. So he goes and says, if I'm a weirdo, why do I have a picture of his asshole? Checkmate. Regular old Saul Goodman over here defending himself. I can't be weird, I have a picture of his butthole right here, look at this. He takes his phone around like it's show and tell. He passes it around saying, hey, look, I'm not weird, look, this is his anus. I don't know what the strategy is there. He could have easily explained, I'm conducting an investigation, this guy was trying to meet up with my 13-year-old brother. That's a lot more easy to understand than like, hey, I'm not weird, this is this guy's ass. Like, I don't know what the thought process was. I think he was so lost and deep in fight mode that he was just trying to like get aggressive with everybody, even just completely innocent people that didn't understand what was happening.
Trying to meet up a little kid from the internet?
I saw a comment that perfectly described how this part in the parking lot plays out. They said he's acting like he's the 13-year-old boy running away from a pedophile. And that is so accurate. He's running around like hysterically screaming and just going absolutely ballistic. He runs in a circle and then even lays on the ground for a little bit, kind of wiggling around.
Can I just go poop? Ah! Ah!
Oh my god, it gets even better!
The pedophile is high on meth and operating a vehicle, and it goes about as you'd expect. He immediately peels out and fucking blasts himself like right over like a small little tree and some bushes. It really looked like it was about to take flight. That was some shit out of Need for Speed, honestly. Like, god damn.
Oh my god! Whoa, hit and run, call the police! Call the police!
Immediately after vaporizing a tree and destroying that like area of bushes, he peels out once again and manages to hit one of only two potential obstacles in the entire fucking parking lot. Someone else's car. He goes by and hits someone else's car. There is literally only two cars in this entire fucking parking lot. It is actually more impressive that he managed to hit something. Like, I don't even fathom how he could have fucked up even worse. It's unbelievable.
Just call the police, guys. I got the tags. Call the police. Call the police. Call the police. Call the cops, bro. I got the video. You don't need the video. Just call the cops. Cyclist, dumb.
I always hate that fucking mentality. Hey, someone else call the police. I'm busy recording. No. I'm recording, so someone else call the police to handle this. There's only a handful of situations where that makes any sense, and that's when there's already a large group there. Then having a video of the situation can be helpful to the overall thing. So you could have one person video while someone else is calling the authorities, but in this case it was just him for the entire thing right up until the very end. He should have been the one to call the police, but didn't. And the predator makes another inexplicable decision. Instead of leaving, he instead pulls up to the front of the store he just ran away screaming from and parks it. He just drops that shit right in front of the store he just left and then gets out to try and run back into the store, which I don't understand at all. He's treating it like this was some kind of safe zone or something. And as he gets out of the car and tries to run back in the store, he gets tackled by a good Samaritan who had just seen the hit and run and everything that unfolded in the parking lot. So he gets tackled by that guy, and it's like a Goldberg spear. That is a great form textbook tackle. And then the cops do show up to arrest him.
Yeah, that's the one thing, sir.
Come on, man.
The cops go through his things. They find a pipe. They find a lot of stuff. They arrest him for the driving, DUI. They don't seem super interested in the predator catcher's investigation and what he's talking about. They don't really pay too much attention to that. Instead, they arrest him for, of course, the way he was driving the vehicle. Now, I've mentioned this numerous times over the years. I'm not really a fan of vigilante predator hunters for the simple reason that 9 times out of 10, the pedophiles that get caught in these operations don't face any real repercussions other than like a video being made about them. But law enforcement can't use the investigations because they're less than professional, meaning the predator doesn't spend any time in the slammer, they don't go to jail, which allows them to continue preying on children in their communities. Now, I do think there are extenuating circumstances, like for example EDP. EDP may have not gone to jail, but that video that was made about him by the, fucking Gotham Knights of Predator Catchers did a great service to the... Being a fast food worker has to be one of the most dangerous jobs in America, second only to a firefighter maybe. Over the last 3 or 4 months, I'd say, things have been reaching this crescendo of madness in the fast food industry. Pretty much every day I'll hop on Twitter and see 5 new viral clips of public meltdowns or freakouts or fights at fast food restaurants like McDonald's, Dairy Queen, Burger King. God bless any soul that eats at Burger King. May the Lord have mercy on you. Just every restaurant having all of these wild over-the-top freakouts, and sometimes it just leads to death. You can Google any fast food restaurant right now and probably find 6 or 7 fatalities that occurred there just this week. It's been getting scary. 2 months ago, there was that shooting at Subway where a guy just shot one of the workers, killed them because he had too much mayo on his sandwich. That's fucking horrifying, getting blasted because you went a little heavy on the mayo. What is this, Mad Max in the Thunderdome? It's scary. You never know what you're going to encounter at a fast food restaurant, whether you're gonna see wiener or see a giant fight. Anything's on the table. Sometimes people aren't coming in there for food, they're coming in there to just fuck shit up. So I genuinely do think there's a lot of danger associated with working in the fast food industry right now. I don't know if it's always been this way, or if it's just getting worse for some reason. I couldn't tell you, but since since smartphones are so common right now, you can see all of this happening every single day across the country. And a lot of it's really entertaining freakouts, like the one I'll show you right now. But then there's just a lot of really fucking scary ones too. My heart genuinely does break for anyone in the service industry, and I wish you nothing but the best. I, again, don't get why it's always fast food restaurants. It's the second people walk through the doors, they just get hit by some kind of frequency that turns their brain into an aggressive fucking primal caveman brain. Like in Kingsman, where Valentine had that chip in the phone that made everyone fight each other in a church. I feel like that's what's happening at fast food restaurants right now.
Give me my dinner on my fucking store! Fuck you! Give me my fucking meal! Where's my... You fucking goof! Where's my fucking... Give me my fucking meal!
Unfortunately, we missed the introduction here and what led up to the confrontation. I guess the cameraman was too busy getting the popcorn together instead of filming, but I'll fill you in on the details. So this happened at a Dairy Queen, and the lady in this video here, this angel, she was spending about 20 minutes in the bathroom smoking meth. You know, meth and Dairy Queen go together like peanut butter and jelly. So she took a long time smoking her meth, and in that time, her meal got cold. So she asked for a replacement, demanding she get another meal because hers was cold. They declined because, obviously, it was her fault. She smoked meth for 20 minutes in their shitter. So why is she entitled to a brand new free meal? And in the beginning of this video, you can hear the manager like shouting, and he's getting real guttural with it. I got really concerned that he was going to start serving some knuckle sandwiches on the secret food menu here. I thought we were going to see a fight, but he showed tremendous restraint even though the lady did swing on him and started making a real ruckus. But you know what is worth making a ruckus over? G Fuel's buy one get one deal going on right now, where you buy one energy tub and get one free. So why not hop over to G Fuel right now and get some Divine Peach in this special offer? You can click the link in the description below.
Oh yeah, we have it.
I am not leaving until I get my fucking meal!
You can throw whatever you want.
Give me my fucking meal!
Getting shit. They said they're coming.
You fucking goof.
They said they're coming.
What, you're gonna just fuck me for my fucking meal?
I'm sorry you let it sit there for 20 minutes while you're in
my fucking burger goof!
Man.
Now she's using a pretty high-level strategy for inciting violence. She's using fighting words, calling him a goof. She says multiple times, "You goof." And when she notices that the manager's unaffected by these words, she got a little more violent by like throwing milkshakes and just spilling shit all over the place. Just disrupting it, you know, ruining perfectly good milkshakes in the process.
Give me my fucking meal!
No.
What do you mean no?
Because you let it sit there for 20 minutes. That's not our fault. That's not our fault you let it sit there.
You are a fucking goof. I can fucking...
I hope you know about the police. Yeah, the police are on their way.
I don't really give a fuck.
They will.
You are a fucking... You're you want to be a tough guy? You're a stud cunt.
Now I'll be the first to admit I didn't know Dairy Queen served full cakes, but there is a really pretty cake sitting on the counter right there that became the victim of this lady's wrath. She banished it to the shadow realm. It was such an outstanding looking dessert, you know, a beautiful cake, probably for some child's birthday party or maybe to celebrate them getting a new badge in the Boy Scouts, and this lady just fucking ruins it. Now the manager informs her that the police are on the way, which I personally think was a strategic blunder. You know, that's like the ace in the hole. That's something you should keep to yourself, like keep that up your sleeve. You know, keep her there, because now that he's informed her of it, now she makes, quick work of getting out of there. From what I understand, though, when the police do get called by a restaurant, they usually show up like an hour later. They don't take it super seriously. At least in most of the reports I was reading about these kind of situations, they're not super prompt in showing up, and when they do get there, it's already resolved itself and they don't do much for it. So it's usually just something like, if you're gonna call them, maybe let it be a surprise for the person you're calling him on, so that way they might still stick around for an hour. Like, I bet if he didn't tell her, she would have stuck around for another hour smoking meth, maybe like throwing napkins next once she ran out of milkshakes to destroy. He could have kept stalling her, at the very least, and then she'd face some kind of repercussions for this, but the video ends with her just leaving.
I did! They heard you yelling!
Such a fucking loser!
They heard you yelling! They
Liar!
said they're selling somebody
You already heard that
immediately.
one too, you fucking repeato!
I'm sorry that you went and smoked meth in the bathroom for 20 minutes. Leave our store, never come back.
A lot of things can be said about this woman, not all of them positive, but I will give her one compliment. She is the queen of uncommon insults. Like, this is shit I would have never expected to hear during a heated argument. She calls him a goof, a loon, which as I understand it is like calling him crazy, which is a weird thing to be saying. Like, he's just kind of standing there doing his job. I don't know what he's done that's like crazy. And then she also calls him repeato because he said the same thing twice. So I mean, she's got some zingers that she's tossing out here, so some real humdingers. So yeah, that one was making the rounds on Twitter today, but I figured I'd give you a little bonus freak out, a little dessert. This one's from 2019, but is going viral again. I think I saw it yesterday or the day before. It's a woman who got extremely upset that the restaurant was out of beef patties, so she went and got a baseball bat and beat the fuck out of their windows.
She was just like, you're lying, the beef patties are ready, and why they're not ready, you're lying.
Says then she left and came back 5 minutes later, and that's when she went absolutely berserk. Cops say it happened January 15th at the East 169th Street restaurant. The suspect, with a baseball bat, smashed the store glass.
This really made me want to try those beef patties if they're worth this much effort. She stayed mad for like a whole 5 or 10 minutes because the beef patties weren't instantly ready. Like, it's not even like they were out of beef patties, they just weren't immediately ready to serve. So they must be so delectable, so exquisite, that if they're not immediately in your mouth when you're thinking about them, it'll make you this upset. This almost worked like an ad campaign. Our patties slap so fucking hard, they're worth going to jail over. They said it cost like $2,000 to repair the glass, and it was a big hassle, obviously. But yeah, I just wanted to share a couple of fast food freakouts again because it's all over the place. It's happening all the time now. Granted, this second instance here was from a couple years back, but for some reason, all of these freakouts are being shared now like they're happening in real time, so I'm constantly exposed to it. And regardless, I still think it's a pretty dangerous job. You never know exactly what's going to be happening at a fast food spot, I suppose. But anyway, that's about it. See ya. 10 years ago, I saw a YouTube video that I would never forget. It's not a super popular video, though it does occasionally pop up on Reddit and TikTok for people to be confused about. And I just figured, since it popped up again today, why not talk about it? Now, to give just a bit of context to the video, what happened is there was a man publicly filming a woman who was doing like stretches in New York. I believe it was for a photo shoot. So she was doing like really big stretches, and he got his camera out and started filming her ass and crotch and getting like these really creepy up close shots, obviously without her permission, and then was eventually confronted for it, and that leads us to what happens in this video.
Excuse me, I don't really want you taking a picture of her butt.
Excuse me, old pig.
Are you taking a picture of her?
Excuse me?
Are you taking a picture of her?
I'm videotaping her, yes.
Well,
you have a problem with that?
Yes, I do.
Why are you doing it in public? I can't videotape?
You can't videotape her butt.
I can videotape her.
He was being blatantly obvious with what he was doing here. He wasn't trying to hide it. He was getting like up close shots and cinematic angles of her ass, damn near treating it like he was giving her a colonoscopy with his camera, so the crowd called him out for it. This is the first time we get to hear his voice, and what a pleasant sound it is, like a chorus of angels. This guy's got some golden pipes. His voice sounds like an actual cartoon character. He sounds like he'd be a scummy businessman on Rocco's Modern Life. Like, he sounds like Foghorn Leghorn pitched down and chewing bubblegum. It is such an interesting tone that this guy produces from his vocal folds. I can't believe it actually exists in the real world. So he gets into an argument. He calls this lady an old bag, which again is an insult straight out of an old 60s cartoon. And then it continues to escalate a bit further.
Try.
Videotape her crotch.
Excuse me?
You don't have to videotape.
You're the one thinking the thoughts. I didn't say do
You're
that or
standing
think
right
that.
there.
I'm shooting from this angle. That's mind your business. I'm in public. I'll do whatever the hell I want. Shut up.
I mentioned this happened over a decade ago, and you can really tell. You can kind of carbon date this video, because we as a species have devolved so much since then that if this happened today, no one would have really directly intervened. They would have just pulled out their own phone to videotape this guy to shame him on TikTok instead of actually try and like get into an argument in person. It would have just been all fought through Twitter and TikTok counter videos. Now, I don't want to bring the mood down, but the person filming this was actually a known IRL troll. His name was Joey. I'm saying was because he's no longer in this corporeal realm. He died of a heroin overdose about 6 years ago. But his claim to fame was he would go out in public and just annoy people and make people mad and film it. From everything I've ever seen from this guy, all he did was just try and make everyone around him miserable in public. So he was kind of like the world's first IRL streaming nuisance way before it got popular on Twitch.
Excuse you. Excuse you. Who the hell are you?
Don't worry about who the fuck I am. I'm right in the middle of your shit, so what the fuck?
What the fuck?
This is what it's all about. That line is what makes this video so special. An iconic line up there with the best, like "May the Force be with you." A timeless classic. The biker comes in and he says, "Don't worry about who the fuck I am. I'm right in the middle of your shit, so what the fuck?" It's just, like, there's just so many layers to that onion, I couldn't even begin to peel it. Like, you just, like, it takes so long to just digest. It's something that just marinates with you for so long. You know, it's hard to wrap your head around it. The human mind wasn't meant to comprehend that level of genius. It's perfection, honestly. You know, he's there for the right reason, right? Like, hey, this guy's being super creepy. I'm going to step up and, you know, get this creepy guy away from everyone. But he's also very confused, right? His heart's in the right place, but, you know, he doesn't exactly know how to go about it. It's as the expression goes, his eyes were bigger than his stomach. He bit off more than he could chew. He knew what the mission was. He knew the assignment, but couldn't quite get a grasp on how to complete it. But I'd say he failed successfully.
What the fuck? All right, goober. Let go of my camera, goober. Let go of my camera, goober.
Get that out of my face.
Don't touch my camera, goober.
Get that out of my fucking face.
I don't think so. I'll leave it right there, goober. All right, goober. Nice outfit, too.
Yeah, you wish you could work as hard as I can.
Right.
Unfortunately, yet another blunder from the biker here, trying to puff out his chest with another line that he doesn't quite nail the delivery of. He says, "Yeah, you wish you could work as hard as I can," or something to that effect. Meanwhile, he's just getting blasted by the goober assault here, and it's super effective. It's like a Pokemon battle, and he is blasting him down with the goober offensive attacks. So he keeps calling him a goober. The biker's getting uncomfortable. You can really see that the embarrassment is starting to set in there. There was a comment on TikTok or in the YouTube comments, I don't remember where now, where it said every time he says goober, the biker loses 10% health, and that shit had me giggling. I saw it twice, and it couldn't be more accurate to what's happening here. And I feel really bad because the biker's the one on the right who's trying to stop this guy from just filming ass non-consensually in public. Like he's being a real weirdo. But the biker just can't quite pull it off without embarrassing himself, too.
Right.
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 You're not getting shot.
I'll see whatever I want. Dude, you just rode over my foot.
Hey, man, chill out, dude.
I'm 17.
Fucking ask
Dude, you just rode over my foot. Get it? Don't touch me. Don't touch me, dude. Don't touch me. Just ran over my foot. That's why you got dropped.
This isn't exactly where the video ends. It ends about 8 seconds later where he calls him a goober a couple more times before he scoots away. He zooms off into the night. So the lady that was doing the photo shoot or stretching, whatever was happening there, that's still up to interpretation. No one knows for sure. It's just the most accepted story I've seen is that she was in the middle of a photo shoot in New York there. But she leaves because this guy's scared her, obviously. The entire crowd leaves because this guy's fucking unhinged. And this confrontation between him and the biker and the rest of the crowd is just escalated to a point where now his foot's getting attacked by the bicycle, you know? And the way this guy talks, Joey, the one behind the camera, reminds me of like a kid in a department store who's upset because his mom didn't give him enough chocolate. Like the way he says his words reminds me of a temper tantruming kid. But god damn it, I'll have to admit, this guy knows his way around insults. The way that he just uses goober, it's masterful. He's truly perfected the art of calling someone a goober. The way that he's able to enunciate it, as well as his really goofy sounding voice, it's the perfect compliment to the word goober. Every time he says it, I smile a little bit. It's like, oh, that's so silly. Why would he say that? But the biker's clearly not finding it silly, nor is anyone around him. But it's just something so unique about this whole interaction here. So yeah, I just wanted to briefly talk about this video since it's one that I've known for a long time and I feel like maybe a lot of you have never seen it before, so I really wanted to open your eyes to it at least. Also, maybe now you've seen how effective the word goober can be in an argument. You know, next time you're at a bar and you get into a bit of a verbal confrontation with someone, maybe slip in the word goober and see if you can break it up a little bit, you know, you start shattering their spirit. And also, don't do heroin. Heroin's not good for you. So, just a little quick PSA there, don't do that. And yeah, that's really about it. So yeah. There have been more fights at Waffle Houses than the entire history of the Roman Colosseum. It's a place where people go mainly just to throw down, it seems, and then maybe get like a waffle to celebrate either a victory or rub it in their wounds after a tough loss. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the prerequisites for being a waitress or waiter at a Waffle House is a black belt in Muay Thai. The food really is secondary to the true Waffle House experience of being able to be either a spectator in a brawl or a participant. Waffle House is a lot like my asshole. You just never know when shit's gonna pop off. And it feels like it's always just a matter of time before a fight breaks out. It's got this big reputation now as the go-to Thunderdome for giving or receiving ass whoopings. It's like almost a curse that haunts Waffle House where you go in there in a good mood, but the second you cross that threshold, it's like that scene out of Kingsman at the church where everyone just like flips on this switch and they're just fighting each other. I don't know what exactly it is about Waffle Houses that bring out the demon, but yes, it is well known now how often fights happen there. And recently there was a massive one that made headlines everywhere, and I didn't even cover it on my channel. I've covered a lot of Waffle House fights, but this one a lot of people noticed I was uncharacteristically silent on, thinking that I was like a Waffle House hipster where this fight was too mainstream for me to talk about, but nothing could be further from the truth. I was as entertained as everyone else was. I'm sure all of you have seen the big brawl by now. I can't show you any clips because with the YouTube's new policy, I would get fucked in the mouth so quick for doing that. So I already know you've seen the brawl, but the thing is, I enjoyed it. I just didn't have a whole lot to say about it. It was mainly grappling. There was like not a whole lot of like squaring up and delivering knuckle sandwiches. It was pretty much grappling until the end, where it finished with a WWE style chair throw, which led to a now historic internet moment. This iconic parry.
Yo, they still Oh my god, bro!
That was a frame-perfect parry like something out of Dark Souls. She got iframes out of that right there. That is an absolute game ender. She threw that chair with velocity too. That was a cannon. And she not only deflected it, but she like fucking spun it around her forearm here and then threw it to the ground. It was so flashy. Fucking anime couldn't have been smoother than that. It was nutty, and it took the internet by storm. There's tons of edits around this now, with like John Cena being the one throwing the chair. It went super viral. However, this actually had a wildly detrimental impact to that lady's career. She got fired for this, which I think is just wrong. She didn't start the fight. It's a fucking Waffle House. A fight is inevitable. It's like trying to stop the wind from blowing. She was powerless, so what did she do? Defend herself, which I think is totally within her right to do. She shouldn't lose employment because she deflected a chair. Now, I do realize that leading up to this, she was actively engaged in this brawl, but even still, I don't blame her. The brawl broke out and she was defending herself as well as her fellow employees. It's something I don't think she should have lost her job over, but it goes even deeper than that. Not only did she lose her job, it seems she's been banned from ever working at a Waffle House again, which makes no sense. She should be like the head of security for Waffle House going forward. She should be training other employees on how to handle situations the way she did. Like, just imagine the wisdom she could share with everyone. By the end of her training, Waffle House employees will be able to slap bullets out of midair. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. She was punished for something I don't think she even did wrong. So, it's a big L from Waffle House. I'll go ahead and show you from the articles where she posted a video going over it.
Can't ever work for Waffle House again. I tried working for another one, like, sometime earlier this year, and I had found out that I was blacklisted.
That's so fucked up. After a successful parry like that? Man, Waffle House is so dumb for that. She should honestly have been promoted. She could have been the face of their marketing campaign. Like, yeah, we know we have a reputation for fights breaking out, but now we have our own Batwoman. And then it's just like her parrying chairs or something. They could have really leaned into it. Fucking stupid L Waffle House, man. Jesus. I don't know how they couldn't see this easy slam dunk for PR. What was she supposed to do? Just let it hit her in the face? I don't think she was blacklisted for parrying the chair, I think she got blacklisted because it might be company policy that when a fight breaks out and you're like participating, you get fired. I don't think it was necessarily this successful parry. I don't think it would matter if she got hit in the face with it or not. She threw the salt shaker? Oh, was she the one that threw the salt shaker? Okay, then that was probably it. Even still, though, this whole brawl isn't her fault. If they fire everyone who gets in fights at Waffle House, how are they still finding so many employees? Yeah, good point. The turnover rate of employees at Waffle House has to be unreal. If you're getting fired for fights, like, you're going to be going through new employees once a week. It's so sad how such a triumphant moment with that chair parry could turn into something so devastating for her career. Because she's still out of a job, to my knowledge, which is shocking. I would have thought, like, some other corporation or something would have picked her up just even to capitalize off of her, like, the viral marketing capabilities she now has. But to my knowledge, that hasn't happened. So I feel really bad for her because, again, I feel like she was just defending herself from the chair being thrown at her as well as just like the general brawl. So I just wanted to share this because I think this is a big fuck up from Waffle House. And yeah, that's about it. So yeah. I had an itch, and the only way to scratch it was to find a nice new public freakout. This one's a little special. It comes from one of those gate attendants that work the gates at those high-class areas where a guard comes out and say, hey, who you see in here? Who do you know? Do you want to buy crack? Okay, and then they let you through. Yeah, this lady here you're about to see has that position, and she's going on like a fucking power trip. She's going full-on Paul Blart, looking to dispense some justice, and the only way she knows how, through bad acting and whining on a telephone.
Car, and now he's videotaping me.
Because this is unlawful.
Ma'am, he's running me over.
No, I'm not.
Ma'am, hurry, please, hurry.
Yeah, she's a real thespian, and I have to commend her for her method acting. She even pretends to run away from the vehicle, even though the 911 operator can't see that. She starts backing away from the car, looking all panicked, and then she gets into like a defensive position, like she's trying to stop a fast break in basketball. She really gets into the performance to sell the narrative, even though she didn't need to. She could have just voice acted the performance, but she takes it the extra mile. She has the voice of an angel. Feels as though your ears are being caressed by a chorus of 1,000 mermaids. I don't know who Mike is, but he's nowhere to be found. And if these piercing screeches weren't enough to get his attention, then that guy just doesn't fucking exist, or he's already run very far away from this woman.
Yes, please, hurry, ma'am. Ma'am, I don't know, and he's a lunatic, and he's videotaping me. Ma'am, please hurry.
Her face looks like a thwomp from Super Mario 64. I bet if you actually did hit her, she'd make a sound. I decided to look into this one because who knows, maybe it was possible she did actually get hit by this car before they started filming. I mean, if I got hit by a car, I'd probably start going crazy too and start screaming for Mike or some shit, but I probably wouldn't be blocking the car that just hit me. I'd probably want to get the fuck away from it. I'd be afraid of it at that point, because if they've already hit me once, what's going to stop them from doing it again, especially if I'm acting like a huge asshole. But anyway, the story is, the guy filming this pulled into an area he didn't mean to be in, so then he pulled around to leave through this gate, and this lady here, Judine, was the gate attendant, and she's stopping him and going on this crazy power trip. I've never seen a Judine, I've never even heard the name Judine before, but this looks about right for Judine, and this just really seems like some straight up Judine behavior.
You're in trouble.
How
You're
so?
going to jail.
How so?
You're hurting me.
How?
You just ran over, ma'am, please hurry. He just ran over and he's still moving. Please, ma'am, please hurry.
Now, I really do like her approach here. She's ramping up. She's up in the ante here. Like, ma'am, you gotta get the fuck over here. My God, he's still moving. But I don't think that's enough. You need to double down on the lunacy in the narrative. Ma'am, hurry up. He's still moving. Jesus Christ, is that a bazooka in the backseat? Holy shit, he's getting it out. My God, it's shooting sharks. What the fuck is that? Is that Joseph Stalin in the passenger seat? Ma'am, hurry. Then you go back to the bread and butter. Mike.
I'm gonna start. Stop. Hurry.
Ma'am.
He ran over me. He ran over me.
She's saying I ran over her.
He ran over
Reinforcements have arrived, and they're not on Judine's side. They kind of come over just to make fun of her. Which, who wouldn't, you know what I mean? It almost looks routine for them. They just calmly walk over. They look genuinely embarrassed from the few frames you can see of them. And it just seems like a common occurrence with Judine. Oh, shit. Judine's throwing herself on top of vehicles again and calling the police. What the fuck?
I have the whole thing on recording. Sir, come on.
No, you're good. Hey,
This is unbelievable, man.
good. We just heard it on the radio. The cops are already coming.
Can I please go?
You can't. The cops.
I
over there
can.
now.
I absolutely can.
Okay. Well, I'm just telling you. If you
I
want,
want him arrested. I want him arrested.
I have done nothing wrong.
He's gonna leave. He's gonna leave. He'll run over you, Chase. Chase, get Marvin. Please call Marvin. Please call Marvin. Get him out of here.
She was really out here making a last-second push for an Oscar. However, it didn't pay off. The man did pull away. He got about a mile or two down the road. Cops pulled him over about this call. He showed them the video. They let him go. No charges. Judine gets fired. Happy ending all around, and pretty much what you'd expect. But I don't think it's all bad for Judine, because this really shows her acting chops. She's able to convey a schizophrenic old woman beautifully. So while the door may be closed on her time as a gate attendant, perhaps a new door has swung wide open in her acting career. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see her on the big screen. That's it. See ya. Last night on stream, someone recommended watching a video called The Guy Freaks Out in Apartment Lobby, which is a super vague title. That's like going on Pornhub and typing in boobies and trying to find one particular video you have in mind. But to my surprise, I actually did find the video they were talking about. It's a fucking wild adventure, but I couldn't finish it on stream because at one point he starts showing his asshole and ass cheeks. Not really the asshole, you'd have to really slow down the footage in order to get a look at the brown balloon knot, but he does bring out his ass cheeks, and since he wasn't in a hot tub, Twitch isn't okay with ass on their platform. So I had to back out of the video and didn't get to finish it, which is an absolute shame. It's like starting Breaking Bad without finishing it, just truly a sin, and you're incomplete until it's done. So today I wanted to go back and watch it, and I'd like to finish the rest of it with you here on YouTube, but obviously I won't be showing the guy's ass cheeks or anything like that. If you missed the stream last night, you really fucked up. The streams I do every day at twitch.tv/moistcritical are the best on the internet, so please feel free to stop in, put some extra inches on your penis. Would love to see you there.
Don't come in. Don't come in. Leave. Leave. Leave.
Why? He's just trying to hang out and party. I'm missing crucial lore.
Yeah, the guy's not letting him in.
I'm gonna call the cops again.
I had to ask him to leave my office. Like, you shut your mouth.
Oh my god,
It's for the police.
he's speaking Slytherin!
We need somebody to come to the train.
In case he assaults you.
Jesus, oh god! He's casting a curse!
Now. It's an emergency. 911 is supposed to come for an emergency.
What the fuck is... Ah! Ah! What the fuck is going on? God, it's like playing charades with like a really aggressively competitive relative.
He's a white gentleman with those glasses.
What is it called in Harry Potter? Parseltongue?
He's like, he's destroying our.
It reminds me of Stone Cold Steve Austin walking around the ring.
Do that right now.
Oh my god, he's gonna do it!
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Do it!
I'm so sorry.
Do it! Yes! Yes! Woo! And then slam 2 beers together.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Can you videotape this, please?
Holy shit, he's going in!
Taking his clothes off.
Oh my
What is happening?
Performing some type of ritual.
It does look like a ritual. Oh, wait a minute, that's going too far. That's going too far. That was real Sigma male energy. But I want to finish it. Hold on, give me a second.
What are you doing?
You wouldn't understand. If I don't see dick, I'll put it back on screen.
What is this?
I have no idea, but I am really drawn into the universe here. He never brings his dick out. I should be good. I've kind of spoiled a little bit of the anime for myself, but we can watch it on screen. Yeah, the pants never come off. This is where we left off.
Hello, officer. My name is Delusional.
Ha! Take that! Oh no, wait a minute. I must have missed that part. We're good though. I backed out just in time. He got a little wild there. He was posting cringe on main. God damn it, I even skimmed through the video and missed the one part he brings out his fucking butt cheeks. Those reflexes, though, are nutty. You wouldn't see even a single pixel of ass cheek. Now, if he was in a hot tub, I wouldn't be worried. But since he's more like in a public situation, I feel like maybe Twitch wouldn't be okay with it. When I was first watching this, I thought this was Jack's Films playing a part or something as like a little hidden camera, Eric Andre kind of thing. But the more I watch it, the less convinced I am that this is really Jack's Films. I don't think he's the kind of guy that would goatee himself in a public hotel lobby, no matter how committed he is to the skit. After having to throw out this hypothesis, I was left with one conclusion. The man's just out here going hog wild.
Anyway, we have something here. Hey, I'm gonna show him what's up real fast.
It's good.
No, I'm just saying if he comes in here.
Oh, yeah. No, if he comes in here, there's like 10 of us.
His belt as a weapon technique is actually pretty impressive. He kind of reminds me of like Avatar: The Last Airbender. You can see him start to channel that energy towards the end there as he's working the belt. Maybe he is like one of the last PCP benders out there now, and this is just him showcasing his mastery and his expertise to the public. The way he's able to just slap that belt against the wall, the way he was like kind of charging it up for a little while, gathering a lot of electromagnetic static ready for a chakra vibrating slam that he just blasts on the ground. You know, this isn't just some ordinary guy. This right here is a dangerous master of karate.
Where are the cops? We're on the phone with him again.
What's
Really crazy behavior, and I said, he's standing outside of our glass office, hitting the wall with the belt, cussing in some language. Did you not hear that? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I don't know how about 25 staff members in here.
This guy looks like every car salesman I've ever seen in my life. Maybe that's the backstory here, the lore. He's actually a car salesman, he's had a great day selling shit, and now he's just out here in the apartment lobby ready to celebrate, you know? And this is just him having a jolly old time.
What the heck? Wow.
Oh
my god. Is he on drugs? He's definitely
Is he on drugs? That's like asking if poop smells like shit. I think it's very clear that he is not in the normal state of mind. I wouldn't necessarily say he's sober in this instance. Or maybe I could be wrong. Maybe he just knows what we don't, you know? He's seen the strings that hold the universe together. He's just so full of infinite wisdom that now he appears crazy to us simpletons. You know, kind of like that shit in Indiana Jones where they open the crypt and then like their faces melt off because it's too beautiful. Or like in Jujutsu Kaisen when Gojo like gives you the infinite, like just hits you with infinity and like you just freeze and can't do anything. Maybe that's what happened. He's just truly transcended us as a species and we're just so far behind him now. But I do like that they all start to panic the second it looks like he's going to try and like climb up the chandelier or rappel down it. I'm really not even sure, but he was going to use like his belt as some kind of climbing apparatus, and all at once everyone just lets out a collective gasp like they thought he was going to die from that height.
It was our office for a recent meeting, and he snuck in the door and sat down next to me, and I was like,
they
"We're not open right now."
Those cops? Who are these fucking people? Look at that police.
Or our minister's office, and he wouldn't leave.
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
I can really appreciate the character development here. In the beginning, everyone was panicked about this wild man who just came in here acting fucking crazy, going wild like Donnie from the Thornberrys show. But now, as it progresses, now they start to laugh at him. He's become less of like the boogeyman and more of just like a clown that now everyone's poking fun at and laughing at. which I can really appreciate. It reminds me of the It movie, where they finally took away the fear and Pennywise was powerless. But this is like in the real world.
It won't lock. You have to lock it from the computer. No, you have to lock it from the computer.
I'm honestly jealous of the spectators here in the front row. They're getting a full theatrical performance, complete with a Blue Man Group improvised musical number there from that guy, banging on the desk, banging on the plant, and finishing with a giant cymbal crash of slamming the belt on the floor again. What more could you ask for?
Oh, he's putting this now.
Oh, what the?
Oh my god, I think he's killing himself.
No.
He's not that. His belt buckle now. He can't see. Gina, just let him come in here. Oh my god, she caught it. What the hell?
What now? He speaks English?
Blood sugar is low?
Unfortunately, that's where this adventure concludes. The police come and escort him out of the apartment lobby, never to be seen again. At least not until the world needs him once more. Then he shall rise like a phoenix from the ashes, to swing from chandeliers and show his butthole to people in apartments once again. But until then, that's about it for this. See ya. Another day, another whiny, entitled loser having a meltdown and freak out in a fast food drive-thru. This time, the temper tantrum is caused because he was declined a pup cup.
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave, please.
I'm doing a video.
I'm gonna need you to leave, sir.
Why was the reasoning why you won't give me a pup cup?
We're not allowed to do pup cups.
Yes, you are. I come here 2-3 times a week, every week, and get a pup cup.
As a dog owner myself, I am very familiar with this item. It's super simple. It's just a cup of whipped cream. It's not winning any Michelin stars, but it's just a nice little treat for your dogs if you're going to a couple of fast food places that offer it. I think the main one is Starbucks. But I didn't even know it was like super common outside of that. So it's not surprising that they're saying, no, you can't get a pup cup here. And also, 2 to 3 of those a week? That's excessive. At that point, just get your own can of whipped cream. Like, what the fuck?
Every time I come here.
They're not supposed to do pup cups. If they're doing it, they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Do you not understand? It's just a little cup of whipped cream.
So I need you to leave, please.
Why won't you give me a pup cup?
Because we do not do pup cups at this establishment.
Bullshit. Came here yesterday and got a pup cup.
Somebody hand me the phone, please. Call the police.
She's calling the police because I want a pup cup?
She's calling the police because you're an annoying pest that refuses to leave, even though she's told you multiple times they don't do pup cups. Now, if you've received some of those sacred treasures here, that wonderful cuisine in the past, it means you got lucky, and the workers probably just didn't want to deal with you because you're a headache and decided to just oblige and give you those pup cups, but it's not something this establishment normally does, and she's telling you that. You're also making a problem for the workers that were nice enough to you to give you those pup cups by snitching on them here. Just accept the no, take the L, and move on. Go to a different place that offers it, or better yet, go to Publix or your local grocer, get a can of whipped cream, and then give your dog your own personal pup cup. She has done nothing wrong, she's not being mean, she told you no, which she has every right to do. And for some reason, you're making this a huge song and dance, and for some reason, so many people have these brain worms in society today, like these parasites that infest their mind that think that they're always in the right. So he starts filming this interaction himself. What should be a shameful moment for him that should keep him awake for weeks to come is something that he is proudly posting online himself. It's embarrassing. It's super fucking embarrassing. You're delusional. You're not in the right. No one's on your side. Just leave. They don't do pup cups. And stop saying that word. It grinds my ass. It chafes my fucking butt how many times he says the word pup cup throughout this video. He spams that word more often than a Rocket League player spams what a save. It drove me nuts. It was so fucking grating.
Let's see what the police have to say because a person wants a pup cup? Seriously, you're calling the police because someone wants a pup cup. That's absolutely absurd. It's absolutely ridiculous. Cassopolis, Michigan.
I'm not entirely sure who shouted for being an idiot. My guess is it's one of the customers behind him, since he's clearly congesting the drive-thru here and putting it to an absolute halt, grinding it to a standstill. So I'm guessing they were getting mad and started shouting at him, just throwing tomatoes at this clown here. Just boo, boo, you stink, please stop, you're being an idiot. That's my guess. But it also could have been one of the workers from inside saying that, because he's now making everyone's day much more miserable there. He just doesn't seem to grasp that it has nothing to do with the pup cup, it has to do with his refusal to leave after being told no.
No. That's absolutely ridiculous. All you have to do is put some goddamn whipped cream in a cup, and so that my dog can have a pup cup. And I was paying for it. I asked to pay for it.
So fucking what? They still said no. It doesn't matter how easy it is, they don't do that here. Your dog's not gonna die from lack of pup cup. It's not like that's the only sustenance keeping it alive. It's not just going to fucking explode if it doesn't get, like, the sugar from the whipped cream. It'll be fine. Go make your own pup cup at home and get the fuck out of the drive-thru and stop making everyone's day more miserable and worse by your presence. You absolute worm.
You McDonald's people need to start, like, come on now. It's a freaking pup cup. Arrogant McDonald's manager right there. Right there. Cassopolis, Michigan. I'm going to corporate with this. McDonald's doesn't support dogs, but you want me to round up to support the freaking kids every time I come here?
What the hell is even that? What are you saying? This man's gone loopy from how upset he is at getting told no. He's just not making any sense. It's just a bunch of mumbo-jumbo gobbledygook here. No, this isn't even a coherent rant anymore that he's yelling about. Just flapping his gums over nothing. What do you mean you're going to send this to corporate? What do you think they're going to do about it? What do you think their response is going to be? Excuse me, McDonald's CEO, Ronald, sir. Look at what just came across my desk. Take a peek here. It seems one of our restaurants in Cassopolis, Michigan did not serve a customer a pup cup despite being asked to. Shut it down. Get the Hamburglar on the line right now. We gotta take that establishment offline ASAP, track down the customer, and give him a lifetime supply of pup cups ASAP to make this right. Like, this isn't even something they offer. What is corporate gonna do, you fucking goofball?
It's a little bit of whipped cream in a cup, and I'm paying for it. It's a pup cup. Quit being so stubborn. Just give me a freaking pup cup. This could all be averted with a little bit of whipped cream in a cup for my dog.
Why don't you stop being so stubborn? This could all be averted if you weren't just such a whiny little baby man. Just take the no and leave. Scram! Get out of town. Oh my goodness.
This is why America's going to people like you. We don't do pup cups. I come here 2-3 times a week and get a pup cup. Tell me I can't get a pup cup.
Ah, yes. This is what's wrong with America. This is the reason why America's going to shit. They'll no longer serve a good red-blooded American patriot like this man a pup cup that he was trying to pay for. What happened to us? We used to be a proper country.
Wait till you lose your job when I send this to corporate. I'm waiting until the police get here. Not much, man. It really didn't need to escalate like this, but
You're right, it definitely did not need to escalate like this. But you're a little bitch who couldn't just take no for an answer. So it did escalate like this. And what do you mean, wait till they lose their job? They've done nothing wrong. They've done absolutely nothing wrong whatsoever. No one's losing their job here.
And she's sitting there making a big deal saying, we don't do pup cups, you need to leave. I want you to leave. I'm like, hold on, I'm going to pull up my phone. I'm like, you guys are really refusing to give me a pup cup for 35 cents? That, you know, it shouldn't be escalating. She's like, I'm calling the cops if you don't leave. I said, go ahead and call the cops because I want to document this because they're calling the cops on a customer, a paying customer that comes here regularly.
You're not entitled to a goddamn pup cup, and also you're boring the officer to death by taking him on a trip to Yappersville because you won't shut the fuck up about this. You're not in the right here, and the officer is not on your side. And in fact, it ends with him getting trespassed and banned for this. Like, I don't know what outcome you could have possibly expected here.
We're just out here to keep the peace.
That's what I want.
You said you were screaming at him and yelling at him and videotaping and...
I wasn't screaming or yelling. Arrogant McDonald's manager right there. Just give me a freaking pup cup.
He tries to claim he wasn't yelling at them, and then whoever uploaded this video, I found it through Reddit, I don't think this is the original upload, whoever uploaded this easily showcased multiple instances of him yelling. Plus, he filmed all of this himself. He can easily just be disproven with his own video that he has. It's ridiculous to try and claim that he wasn't yelling.
Good with you? He's good with me. Okay, man, you're banned. Find another place.
That's cool.
I don't know if
I won't come back here.
I'd appreciate that.
I don't want to.
Now he'll go terrorize another McDonald's by demanding a pup cup, and the cycle will continue. Just making a huge commotion because he refuses to take no for an answer, and also refuses to just get his own can of whipped cream. You don't need to be getting pup cups 2 to 3 times a week for your dog. That's way too much, I would say. But anyway, just wanted to talk about this a little bit because, once again, another example of someone filming their own most embarrassing moment, and all the time it seems to happen at fast food establishments where people are delusional enough to think they're in the right despite throwing a temper tantrum over nothing. Just this entitlement plague that's sweeping the nation, I guess. That's really about it. So yeah. Yesterday there was a war fought on American soil that I'm sure many of you have seen by now. A one-man army barged into a local smoothie place, assaulted the young workers, got racist, got arrested, and subsequently fired from his very well-paying job. He was one of the top 25 highest-grossing wealth advisors in Connecticut, and he threw all of it away over what was ultimately his fault when it came to a smoothie dispute. This battle was up there with the Battle of Troy, but instead of being fought over a woman, it was fought over a smoothie. To briefly break down the situation before sharing the video, or at least some of the video, I can't share all of it because he gets racist and I'm not going to show that. So just to briefly sum up the lore here, there was a father who had ordered a smoothie from this smoothie place earlier in the day. He mentioned he didn't want any peanut butter in it, so when he got the smoothie, he brought it to his son who has a peanut allergy, and his son had an allergic reaction to the smoothie and ended up in the hospital. Sometime after this, the father then went like full-blown fucking vigilante mode, goddamn trying to emulate John Wick, went back to the smoothie place to demand to speak face-to-face with the person who made the smoothie, but the 4 girls that were working there at the time were not the 4 employees that made that smoothie, so they didn't know who it was. So then the father got very upset, yelling and screaming, treating it like a 2009 Call of Duty Xbox Live lobby, just absolutely shouting, being racist, and tried to kick down the employees only door, I imagine, to try and like beat them up or some shit. Then police got involved, he got arrested, lost his job. The whole thing honestly played out like a fucking Darman video over the last 12 hours. Father gets angry, gets racist, gets fired, lives to regret it. Now, I want to make it clear, I think the father is totally in the right to be mad about the situation, but nothing justifies racism and like trying to assault people that didn't even have anything to do with the situation in the first place or any of that shit. The most important part of this story is the father never specified he didn't want the peanut butter due to allergies. He never specified that it was due to, allergies to peanuts that he wanted the peanut butter excluded. So the workers may have made a mistake of blending it in a blender that had already had a peanut butter smoothie in it at some point. But nothing excuses how the father handled this situation at all. It's terrible what happened to his son, and what the father should have done is handle this legally, professionally. The dude's a fucking wealth advisor, at a very reputable place. He shouldn't be some kind of troglodyte homunculus who thinks the only solution here is to goofily march into the smoothie place, fee-fi-fo-fumming, ready to fight some high school girls. It's absolutely outrageous the way he handled it, and there's no excuse for it. Now, from what I understand, most restaurants do have a policy when someone asks for anything regarding nuts, like leave off, the peanut butter or whatever. The assumption is supposed to be made that it is due to allergies, which is why they have like a special blender at smoothie places from what I was reading. So yes, the smoothie place is at fault, which is why the father should have handled this legally, not as some kind of, agent of chaos or whatever. Let me go ahead and show you the video now.
Please don't yell at us.
Yeah.
Don't videotape me.
You have no room to yell at us.
I want to speak to the fucking person who made this drink. Is that you?
No,
well,
it wasn't me.
We don't know who made it, so...
You don't know who made it?
There's 4 of us here, so we obviously don't know.
Fucking stupid, fucking ignorant high school kids.
Okay, bye.
I want to speak to the fucking
Bye.
man.
Okay, you can call corporate whenever you want. Goodbye.
Gian, stop. You're on camera. You're on camera. You're on
Fucking
camera.
bitch.
No, I don't care.
Give it to me right now.
What? Really? Oh, you're
fucking telephone number right now.
Gianna,
I want your telephone number. Shut the fuck up.
You shut up! Get out! You can call corporate whenever you want! Bye!
You're a fucking idiot.
Okay, good for you. Fuck out! You're going to jail! You're going to jail, you racist piece of shit!
I want your fucking telephone.
Bro, call the police now.
Like I said, I'm not going to keep any of the racist shit he said in here because obviously I don't want to keep that in here. So, this is the worst way of handling any situation ever. I talked about it on stream last night, so I'll play some of those clips. But there's nothing that excuses this behavior. I've seen quite a few people almost defend him, saying like how emotional he must have been with his son. And yeah, that's a horrible thing that happened to his kid off of a mistake from the facility here. But this is not the way you go about it. And nothing justifies racism and like attacking people, especially people that had nothing to do with what happened in the first place. And if he was really that emotional about his son, why wasn't he with his son at the hospital at this point? I'm assuming when this was happening, his son was still at the hospital. This probably wasn't like 18 hours later, or, you know, the next day or anything. So he sent his son to the hospital and then immediately came over here like it was some kind of a revenge movie or something. It's disgusting. I don't think they like maliciously put peanut butter in his smoothie after he asked not to. It was probably just using a cross-contaminated blender that had peanut butter in it. Just sue. Exactly. He could have handled this legally or anything other than whatever the fuck he thought he was doing here, like Liam Neeson. Fair, but if I was a dad, I'd get just as angry, just without the racism. He absolutely had a right to be angry. I don't think anyone disputes that. But he doesn't have a right to be racist, or go to the place and threaten high school girls. And throw a smoothie at them, call them all kinds of horrible names, and then try and literally break down the door to, I assume, beat them up. Most places, when they hear no peanuts / nuts of any kind, they're supposed to assume allergies due to how common it is. That would make sense. He was the wealth management advisor, and managing director for Merrill Lynch. Yeah, that's what it was. He only worked with clients with $1 million or more. I remember that. I guess you can't control emotions when your son is in the hospital. What? What? I mean, no matter how mad you get, there's never an excuse for racism. Like, what do you mean? It's not like, my son, time to go be racist. Dude looks way older than 48. He doesn't look that much older than 48. Like, it's not like a good 48 he's rocking, but it's also not, like, terrible. You clearly haven't met a 48-year-old in Florida. Yeah, so as I mentioned, this father only worked with clients who had $1 million or more worth of, like, assets in their account or some shit like that. So this guy was big money. He wasn't making peanuts. This guy was making, like, fucking fat, big old stacks. And he lost that job like hours after this video surfaced. Overall, this whole situation was awful. Feel really bad for the kid. Both parties were at fault, but the father was significantly more in the wrong for how he handled this. There is just no excuse for this behavior whatsoever. So, yeah, that's about it. See ya.